The views and opinions on this broadcast are those of wearecolerain.com. Do not reflect the views of Colerain High School, the Northwest School District, or Colerain football. Enjoy the game.
Welcome to Barnett Stadium here in Middletown, Ohio, where your Colerain Cardinals continue their GMC trek through this season and tonight take on the Middletown Middies. 11 years ago on October 3rd, we were unfortunately greeted very rudely here at homecoming night on that night where the Colerain Cardinals lost their last GMC game by the score of 42-39. But tonight they look to return a victory and improve their record to 4-1 overall on the year while pushing the Middies to 1-4. Sorry for the late start up here, having a few technical issues here in the booth way up here in Middletown, but we are up and running. And again, just a quick reminder, as we are on the road, you will have a full view of the scoreboard, which will give you, of course, the time and the score, down and distance, and all the pertinent things for the game. We cannot show you the live video action per Ohio High School Athletic Association rules. But welcome, welcome. This is Chris Amanitis along with Brian and Brandon White. A bit of a abbreviated crew tonight. No Mike. He is Mike Work, our production guy, is not here tonight. And we've just got Jason Helfrich down the sidelines, but he'll be keeping up on Twitter all night long with his really awesome 20-second clips of scoring plays and big plays. So glad to have him along. And it is a warm night here, as anyone in Southwest Ohio can attest. The temperature has not quite dipped into the fall time, Brian, even though the calendar has says summer is over. It sure doesn't feel that way.
Well, I don't know if you've ever – it's a beautiful stadium. It's an older stadium. This press box is made of metal, no windows. Well,
there's a window.
There's a window we can see out, but it doesn't open.
It's a single pane window.
So we're broadcasting from a submarine on stilts with no air.
That's exactly what it is.
That's exactly what it's not at all. But
well, that's what it feels like.
So let's do a really quick preview of this game. The Cardinals are on the field. Deshaun Jackson. Oh, my goodness. Deshaun Pace is waving the Cardinal head flag. They're going to get ready to run through their banner. We've already had the Middletown band, very nice band, play the national anthem. I missed the coin flip while we were going through.
I don't know what the result was, but I know the Cardinals will start with the football.
Okay, so I'm guessing Middletown won. Then.
Yeah,
Colerain, you never know.
Colerain always deferred.
Good.
But yes, Chris said.
There we go.
Middletown Middies. It's a beautiful stadium. It's an empty stadium. There's not a lot of people here tonight on this beautiful fall. Yeah, it's already fall.
It is, and
it's not fall.
I'd like to believe there's a lot of traffic that's keeping people away, but there's sparse folks in the stands. I know it's a long drive. I keep wondering what is keeping Middletown in the GMC. Why they've not moved to the GWalk yet? I mean, they're so far up north here. It seems like it's a lot easier for them to play the Dayton schools than it is to play some of the schools down where we are. But either way, here's where we are. The Colerain Cardinals come into tonight's action 3-1 after last week's big win over Princeton, 23-14. The Middletown Middies come in at 1-3, winning their first game of the year and losers of 3 in a row. The Colerain Cardinals are looking to really get out of here injury-free tonight. This is one of those games, I think, Brian and Brandon, you both agree, similar to Oak Hills a few weeks ago, where I think we have the decided advantage in terms of skill players and scheme. You know, the question is, can
Chris,
you execute?
Sorry, not to interrupt you. Just want to let everyone listening at home, even though you can't see it, there's nothing on fire right now. That's purple smoke that the Middletown Middies are coming out of the locker room to.
Is it coming out?
Nothing's on fire there. I just wanted to make sure you didn't panic.
You mean if it comes up into the screen?
Yeah. Don't panic with the purple smoke. I'm just saying.
Yep, absolutely. So the Middies are running onto the field, and again, as I was saying, you know, this is a game where I think we're going to get an opportunity for the offense to continue to build their strength, continue to build to get repetitions that they need. Where I think we're going to see a couple of different tailbacks in the backfield again between Williams and Murray and Abdul Wahid, and of course I think we're also going to see Lawson Sandusky back there a little bit. There's a lot going on offensively and defensively. They just need to continue to do what they do and improve on what they need to improve on to be the best defense they can be, because that's really the stalwart of this team.
Yeah, when you're as favored as big as we are tonight, this is one of the games that I'd always say it's repetition. You're looking to get reps for people. You're looking to get timing down. This is where you play to get better later on this season and build a lot of confidence.
As a reminder, you can reach us here in the booth at radiowearecolerain.com. The email or directly in the YouTube chat. We had a couple here early. Some familiar names. Lenny Lopez listening from sunny Corona, California. The Jim and Terry Shear listening from a rainy Chicago. And Michelle Tobias and Ted Regbar also listening in.
Awesome. Welcome all of you joining in, and we hope to bring you another Cardinal victory tonight as they face the Middies on the Middies homecoming night.
So we said Colerain has got to start the ball with the ball.
That is correct. There will be a ball used.
There will
in
be a
this game.
ball. I got to wake up.
Woo! That do it for you? There, we're all
There we go.
awake.
Wow, you just scared the 12 people online. That's yikes.
Hey, let's be clear. It is 34.
All right. There's 34 and only 4 people jumped in the chat room. Come on, guys.
Yeah, Sean Williamson and Jalen Thomas back deep to receive.
We'd love to hear from all of you tonight, wherever you may be listening from or watching from. You can email us, radio@wearecolerain.com, or right in the chat room. We are underway. Ball is in the air, and it's a high kick,
Look
and
at
it's
that.
deep. Look at that, halfway through the back of the end zone. So Colerain will start off 1st and 10 on their own 25 or 20?
Whatever struggles this Middletown team has had in these past couple years, they have not had a kicking game. Cole Smith at UC, I think there was one name I recall, and I know the kicker before that. They've had a series of kickers go Division I
Yeah, it was
here in Middletown.
Mason Darth kicks that into the end zone.
So the Colerain Cardinals take over, 1st down and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Freddie Johnson, the junior, under center. Getting his signs from the sideline. In the backfield, we have number 19, Shannon Murray. We have MJ Flowers.
Middletown
Fullback.
linebackers are pretty far off the ball.
See what they do here. There's a pitch backwards and a hit backwards. Good defense by the Middletown Middies. Hit MJ Flowers in the backfield, and he's going to lose a ton of yards on that play. They were all over it.
As Kevin Shealy comes up from his defensive back position, they played the option as good as you can. The fullback was hit right in the mesh. The quarterback was hit when he pulled the ball out. He made the pitch, but they lose almost 10 yards on that play.
Yeah, and that's either on the quarterback or the coaching staff. They have to check that play the other way or check out. That's just the defense having more players on that side of the field you're going to.
So 9-yard loss. There's a counter play through the middle. Who's got it?
Jalen
Thomas has got it. He's up to the original line of scrimmage at the 20. He's up to the 25. He's a strong young man. Gets it all the way out to near the 30. He's going to be very close to a 1st down.
He needs the 30 for the 1st down, and he gets the 30.
He broke about 8 tackles to get there, but great observation off that first one. Middletown overplaying the option to the left side. The counter comes back to the left. He is hit at the line of scrimmage. He breaks the tackle, gets about 3 yards, breaks the tackle, stiff arm,
He was not hit with any sort of contact. That was just a hand on him at the line of scrimmage.
So 1st down and 10 for the Cardinals on the 30-yard line.
We have no idea if you'll pick it up on your end, but if you hear the echoes, we are right next to the coaching staff through these metal
The Middletown
walls.
coaching staff.
Colerain in the I formation.
There we go. Pitch back. Number 19, Shannon Murray's got it. He's at the 30. He's going to pick up about 3-4 yards. Take it across the 35 up to the 36-yard line.
Yeah, smart read. He follows his fullback around the outside. The outside linebacker gets outside shoulder on the fullback. He reads off that block, comes inside the fullback, picks up 5.
Shannon Murray's got that real nice, I call it a hop step or a jump step, where he'll jump and kind of plant his foot and go in a different direction. We saw that last week
How about
against
this?
Princeton.
How about this throwback line to I believe it was a running back Brandon used to play with. He could make somebody miss in a portalet.
I have no idea what it is.
Yeah, it was. I can't remember.
Oh, great story.
The guy that went to Air Force.
Kyle Lumpkin?
Yes.
It was a handoff down the right side of the line, actually a 2-yard loss on that play on 2nd down. So good defensive play by the Middletown Middies on that one. Take the ball back to the 35-yard line where it'll be 3rd down and 6.
Cardinals need to get to the 41 as that official spot on the 1st down was the 31. I have no idea. We're just it's the first possession. Why would he even say the clock?
I don't know.
Also, at home, you can see the only thing we're allowed to show you
Is
the
the
clock.
Scoreboard.
Well,
Well, that's okay. You're good. Don't worry about it, Brandon. It's all good. Shannon Murray in motion, fakes a speed pitch. Freddie Johnson takes it, passes, and it is caught.
There was
by
nobody
MJ
out there,
Flowers.
and it's going to be a.
MJ Flowers was all alone, but it's a play action, so that induces. It's going to allow a linebacker to come right up right away. Freddie Johnson's got to get rid of it quick, and in doing so, not the pass is there, but it's behind him. Flowers slips, trying to reach back for it. He makes the catch, but he's a yard short, and the Cardinals, no hesitation. They bring the big boy offense. Deontay Colerain, Donovan Jones, Number 74.
Who is 74?
He is
Other than a gigantic boy.
Sheldon Spitznagel.
Elijah Ford.
So he's the backup.
Deshaun
Okay,
Pace
so he's
all
getting
in
the
there.
start tonight. So here we go. 1 yard to go for the first down. It's 4th down and 1 on their own side of the field. We have a flag.
Offsides.
Middletown.
So that's going to give the Cardinals a 5-yard penalty, and it's going to give them an automatic first down, or I should say first down as a result of the play.
Yeah, didn't see anybody jump. Must have been lined up offsides. Cool.
Actually, no, we were wrong. 74 is starting tonight.
Yeah, 74 is starting.
Yeah, I saw on the
He had
sidelines.
been a backup, but
Yeah.
maybe he's getting the start tonight.
Yeah, I saw Quasi Jones.
In street clothes?
He's wearing his jersey, but no pads, and
Okay.
they will not let you play unless you have a helmet,
That's what I heard.
Allegedly.
allegedly.
So Spitznagel, a 6'2", 335-pound junior, getting a chance to start tonight. Right next to the center, number 60, Ace Aaron Schwender, 3-year starter and captain. Back in the I formation, 1st down and 10 at their own 45-yard line. There's a pitch to Shannon Murray, and again, he's hitting the backfield. And that's the 3rd play this series for negative yards for the Middletown Middies on defense. They're seeing something, and they're able to find some penetration.
Well, yeah, and it's linebackers coming free from the second level. As I said earlier, they're kind of far off the ball. We're used to teams just crowding the box. They're 3-4 yards off, but as the ball is snapped, they're already moving forward. So I think you got to change the count up. Change up the snap count, kind of take away their guessing game.
Officially a 1-yard loss on the play, 2nd down and 11. Ball at their own 44-yard line. Cardinals, once again, takes the ball, fakes the pitch, throws it out over the intended receiver of MJ Flowers. Freddie Johnson throwing kind of across his body on that and just missed him. He might have had enough running room to pick up the first down, but
There was no one there for MJ.
No, it was
turns out it was incomplete.
It was the exact same play action. They ran here to the left side. This time they ran it to the right, and he misses his receiver again.
And it's a difficult throw. You're throwing it on the move. You got someone bearing down on you right away. You got to basically throw over top of.
So again, another big 3rd down conversion. A 3rd down 11.
3rd down and long.
Let's release this tight end.
You got 2 wide receivers to his right.
Brian
Brian
Beaver, straight down the middle of the field.
It looks like the linebackers are playing up a little bit tighter this time. Oh, there's whistles all over the place. Freddie Johnson had dropped back
the play
to
clock
pass.
was about to run out, and the Cardinals were forced to burn the timeout.
Well, that is unfortunate.
Well, fortunately, they caught it ahead of time. Kind of a strange vibe to this game to the start.
It's the same way last week. Last week was a really weird start, too.
You know what? And it's kind of hard for us to say. We're really, as I said, we're in this aquarium. And so we're really, and if you wonder why you're not hearing the game or the band, we normally have a little bit of ambient noise there. It's because we have no way of getting a microphone or anything outside right here. So,
No, it's a solid single-pane window that is completely encased inside this.
And honestly, I
metal
don't want to
tube.
even pretend to try to open it because I feel like it'd be really expensive to break.
Oh, no, you can't open that. There's nowhere to open it. It's
oh,
completely
that's
encased.
challenge accepted.
No, you can't open it.
Probably like
It's
$600-700
encased.
bucks.
There's a metal case.
That's what I'm saying. It's at least $1,000 to replace this window.
No question. That's a large piece of single plate window.
We got Chris Walker listening in from Humboldt, Texas, Mark Strong, and Shara Schmay.
There we go. Love to hear from everyone who's listening, watching online. Again, you can also hit us up on email. You want to drop us a quick email, radio@wearecolerain.com. Of course, you can always tweet at us online @wearecolerain. Let us know you're listening. And of course, like any of our multitude of articles on Facebook. Here we go. Freddie Johnson drops back to pass. Good pursuit.
Oh, he's got a lot
He
of
breaks
room.
into the open. If he can make one man miss, he does. He's going to have enough for the first down. He's into midi territory all the way down to the 35-yard line. Huge first down run for junior Freddie Johnson.
And they fake the jet sweep, go play action, and on the backside they just got Isaiah Myers one-on-one. And that's really the route. They're going to he's just going to kind of look back for kind of a hook right at the line to gain. But Freddie Johnson steps up as the pressure comes up in the pocket and realizes there's no one there. He just goes straight for the unoccupied space. Myers turns from receiver to blocker. That's a first down for the Cardinals.
Every single linebacker chased that jet sweep.
Yep. So they mark him actually at the 37-yard line. Either way, first down and 10 for the Cardinals. Second, third down conversion on this series. It was man in motion, Jalen Thomas. There's another flag. False start this time against the Cardinals. Last week, the Cardinals, uncharacteristically, I'll call it, had 12 penalties for 100 yards, which is, for lack of better terminology, just completely unacceptable. You're not going to win any games when you have triple digits in penalty yards. They were fortunate last week. Even though Princeton had their best penalty yardage game of the season, they had been averaging about 140 yards a game in penalties and only had like 50 last week. So Cardinals have got to be sure to try and avoid those things. False starts happen early, but
The referees were trying to keep it close. That's a joke, people.
I know. 5-yard penalty takes the ball back to the 42-yard
No,
line.
there's conversation
No, there's
online
not.
that we had earlier, but so a first down and 15.
And Cardinals sticking with the traditional wing bone. There's a speed pitch around to Shannon Murray. He takes it, and he's going to get tackled for another loss. So a good linebacker safety coming up. I didn't see who it was. Making the tackle is Shannon Murray in the backfield. I think he got back maybe to the original line of scrimmage.
Got
there.
a yard.
Got 1 yard. All right, so they'll take it to the 41-yard line now. Again, another long second down play.
Yeah, Colerain trying to get outside, but, Middletown's one of those schools that's going to match his speed for speed.
Yeah, they're fast. There's no doubt about that. They can move. At some point, this is going to turn into a game where we're going to have to maybe throw the ball a little bit more than what we're used to.
Traditionally, we've had a lot of success with the fullback. So far, he's only had a couple attempts at the carry.
Just one for -2 yards.
Yep, big nose tackle right
The
there.
minute you say it, they hand it off to MJ Flowers. Look at that blocking by number 60, Ace Ehrenschwender. Doing some good blocking downfield. Picked up about, we'll call it maybe 3.5 on play.
Gonna spot him at right at the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, right. Well, no, they're a yard back from that, so they're to 38.
No, the guy holding the down marker is a whole yard behind the play.
Yeah. So it'll be 3rd down and 11 at the Middletown 38-yard line. So another big long third down attempt here for the Colerain Cardinals on this series.
Yeah, it's 2 down
They got to get the
territory.
play in. There's just breaking the huddle. They're under 10 seconds on the play clock.
Yep, totally agree. Now down to 5.
Single coverage down here at the near side.
There we go. He got it off. Freddie Johnson drops back to pass, throws it over the middle, and it is over the intended target of Shannon Murray by quite a bit. Weren't really close on that at all. I'd like to see them maybe go for it.
I think that's on Shannon Murray. Didn't turn his head, didn't get out of the release. Freddie Johnson knows exactly where the open spot is, and Shannon Murray's going to be there, but a half second late.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Murray hit a little contact trying to get through the linebackers.
It looked like he did. It looked like he got held up a little bit.
But, not a big target on that little post route right there. Almost rather see him release a tight end or a taller running back through there.
It was there, though.
It was there. So they are going to punt. Maybe. Good spot for a foul. Fake.
Lawson Sandusky gets his foot underneath it, and it's a high punt.
Kicked
It's
it
going to
too
go,
far.
all the way into it bounced right at the 1-yard line, or just inside the 1-yard line, but unfortunately went into the end zone. So it'll come out to the 20. So that was a net 18-yard punt for Lawson Sandusky. See, at that point, if you're this deep in, I'd almost just go for it on 4th down. If you're inside the 40 with this offense, I'm confident that you can get close enough that you might be able to break somebody.
Yeah,
loose.
I think if you're 7 yards or under 11 yards, it's
a
kind of
lot.
a stretch.
It's a lot.
With your defense right now, first couple drives, your offense kind of got little butterflies going. You move the ball there and trust your defense. We go 3 wide here. We've got under center Kamari Fuller.
Drops back, looks to pass. Pass is complete to number 2. He's going to pick up 8, maybe 9 yards on the play. He stays in bounds, and the clock will continue to run. That's a 9-yard gain on 1st down. Pass complete from number 7 out to number 2.
Yeah, interesting what kind of offense we see. Their star player, Josh Bryant, out of running back, so it was one to watch, averaging 6 yards a carry. But they've started out running out of the gun, kind of a hurry-up offense, 4 wide receiver.
Yep, that was number 2 that made that catch, Dayon Brown. Again. Looks to pass. Plenty of time. Passes. Passes complete. This time catch is made by number 12.
13.
13. Oh, those are some tight numbers. Yep, we're going to have to pull up the open
Elijah Rockhold.
First down play for the Middletown Middies now up to their own 40-yard line.
Yeah, simple timing route. He just runs past the flag, turns around, quick hook route. The ball is there. The coverage is there, but he's already got the yard to gain.
Curious how big some of these offensive linemen are for Middletown.
Not very big.
First down and 10 at the 40. Snap is back. There's a handoff to number 5. He takes it, cuts it up the middle, makes several Cardinals miss. Deshaun Pace is the only one in the backfield that can get him, and he does, but not until he runs deep into Colerain territory, all the way down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
That's the guy I was talking about, Josh Bryant. He has got an extra gear, and that's all he got. A little seam, just a quick little draw play, and he's got a big crease and takes advantage of it all the way inside the Colerain 30, the ball at the 28.
No huddle now. They're going quick, are the Middletown Middies, trying to catch this Colerain defense back a little bit. There's a fake handoff to Josh Bryant, and he throws it, but it is knocked down at the line of scrimmage, so it'll be second down. Jalen Thomas on that knockdown.
Yeah, he pump fake looking for that seam route, had to pull it back, and then threw it a second time. Jalen Thomas timed it. I tell you what, he's lucky he didn't catch that ball. It's kind of tough to catch the ball that's from 3 feet away, thrown as hard as it was, but it hit him right in the hands.
Trying to see here.
So, yeah, Middletown Middies, kind of like Colerain, no huddle, freely substituting their wide receivers, 3 wide down the middle.
Yep, three wide to the right. Josh Bryant in the backfield, so they're trying to spread out this defense. Drops back, passes across the middle, and is at the feet of the intended target number 2. Incomplete, 3rd down and 10.
Looking for the seam route, just a post pattern right there. And that's where the soft spot, we've seen teams have success against Colerain, right behind the linebackers in front of the safety, but good pressure from the weak side. Didn't see the number. That might have been Elijah Ford coming from that left outside linebacker position. Forced him to throw it early and underthrow.
So first 3rd down opportunity for the Colerain defense tonight. They've got a hold here. Oh, there's movement all over the place.
Yeah, Elijah Ford's showing blitz from the outside. He gets the left tackle.
I gotta say the middies jump first.
Yeah. He's coming way off the ball. Didn't come near the line of scrimmage, but that left tackle saw him coming and moved a little bit quicker.
So good break for the Cardinals. That'll be a 5-yard.
No, it won't be. Now the referees are discussing it.
But Colerain, it looks like Mr. Corleone there is saying, After referee's discussion, it's going to be false start middies.
And that's a big penalty in the middies. The kicker, as they have here on 3rd down, the kicker showed a leg, so I don't know if this is 3 down territory.
Well, I saw him earlier warming up. He had 2 legs.
3 for 4 on the year from field goals and perfect on extra point attempts, which again is just as much of an attribute to the entire snapper-holder combo. But he certainly looks like they can kick. So 3rd down and 15 now. Invariably, this will be a pass. Josh Brown stays in the block, and number 7 takes it. He loses a few tacklers, but he's going to get sacked for a loss or tackled for a loss. Ball came out, but the referee is signaling that the runner was down. So it'll be 4th and about 12.
Almost the same yard line that Colerain needed. Colerain needed 11. They're going to need about 14. Good pressure from the outside. I believe it was Mike Best with the cleanup tackle.
Yep.
And like Colerain, it looks like they're going to bring in a kicking team and their punter.
Yep, that is number 82, Mike Langendorf.
But if you're the middies, you're an underdog deep in your opponent's territory. Not a bad place for a fake.
We're going to do this every week, aren't we?
Until one of us is right.
We've done this every week for like 3 years, Chris.
I know. I just...
Nobody is set.
Middies are going to have to take a timeout as they only had 10 men.
Well,
now,
the play clock was dead.
They're just going to take a delay game. Just going to take the 5-yard penalty. Why not if you're the middies?
Yeah,
I totally agree. That
makes
perfect
five
sense.
yards means no difference right here. That ball's going to come back to the 38.
It actually gives you a little bit more room to get it inside the 10 without worrying about putting it in the end zone. So that's a good call.
Sean Pace is going to be set up about the 10-yard line. I'll tell you, that's some wide splits, but
snap is back.
No pressure.
It's a high punt. It's going to drop, take a bit of a midi hop, go down to about the 15-yard line. Inside the 10, down to about the 9, 8.
We'll call it 8.5.
So I believe it is 8.5.
So good punt for the middies, and they've pinned Colerain now inside their own 10-yard line with no score here, under 4 minutes to go in the opening quarter in Middletown, Ohio, Barnett Stadium, home of Chris Carter, which you see tons of signs about that coming in.
Well, also because he donated all the renovations here, the new turf, the upgrades to the press box. Chris Carter had a lot to do with that.
I think Premier Health and Sodexo were also some corporate partners that they brought in. It really is it's a really nice stadium. I can see why they like to use this stadium for playoff games. All right, so the Cardinals are back under center now, 1st and 10. There's a handoff over the middle. MJ Flowers has got it. He's out past the 15 all the way up to the 17-yard line. So good run on 1st down for the sophomore, MJ Flowers.
Here's where you see the adjustments on the Colerain offensive coaching staff right now. They saw what Middletown did that first drive, a little bit different blocking up there, and instead of going directly, it was a fullback picking a side there, he pretty much followed the center and cut off him. There is room. Defensive ends are out. If they can get those middle linebackers blocked, there's not too many people deep.
There's a handoff once again, right over the middle. MJ Flowers busts it outside. He's past the 20 at the 25-yard line. Good tackle by number 25, I think, was on
Three.
that tackle. 23, thank you.
Just 3.
But all the way out to the 25-yard line, so it'll be a first down for the Cardinals.
25-yard line, number 3 on the tackle.
Number 3 on the tackle.
Yeah.
Cameron Jr., 6'1", 200-pound junior.
The leading tackler on this team shows why. Lots of speed. Brought him down from behind.
So 2 positive plays for the Cardinals on this offensive series. Approaching 3 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. No score.
Colerain going unbalanced line this time.
Yep. The handoff to Shannon Murray. He's going to take it around the right side, following a block.
Oh, nice way
Got
to
some
follow your
room
block right there.
like that. He picked up the first down all the way up to the 37-yard line.
And a good job there, like you guys said. Shannon Murray, he's the burner out there for the Cardinals, and he got to the edge and realized, you know what? There's more men in front of me that are purple. I'll stay behind this guy in white, and then pick a side. He picked the inside of Isaiah Myers blocking downfield. He gets enough for the first down.
Yeah, the 6'4" sophomore did a great job keeping his hands in front, and it's just was kind of the fullback of that play.
First down and 10 for the Cardinals.
See how the Middletown linebackers are kind of guessing the count. They're sneaking up as the cadence goes.
There goes Shannon Murray. Handoff over the middle.
That's what happens when you do that.
And there you go. Jalen Thomas is into the open. He's down.
MJ Flowers.
Oh, is it MJ? I'm sorry.
Playing
Yep, you're right.
fullback.
MJ Flowers at fullback takes it all the way down to the midi, 10-yard line. Huge run for the sophomore. First down, Cardinals.
And it happens every time. Every coach thinks against that option they're a genius. Oh, we'll guess every time. If you guess wrong one time, MJ Flowers just breaks it off for 50 yards.
Yeah, we've been here time and time again. As I said earlier, the fullback has been successful.
Timeout officials. We have
a
Midi
shoelace.
needs to tie his shoe.
So they can get a first down. The ball spotted at the 11.
MJ Flowers once again dotting the I. Same formation. Wing.
Oh, this time
Beavers.
Brian Beavers playing tight end on that side. Got a little bit early start. Could take 5 yards away from the Colerain for a false start.
The Colerain. I love that.
Oh, you know, Ohio State did just get turned down, tried to trademark the.
I can't even begin to talk about the level of preposterousness that is.
It's not.
It's not. I mean, it's.
It's just that it was publicized. You know how many
article.
companies try to trademark things?
It doesn't make a difference that it was publicized. It's still ridiculous. I'm not saying there's tons of companies that don't do other ridiculous things. I'm just saying that was ridiculous.
It's a publicity stunt. They knew they were going to lose it.
There we go.
Play
Freddie Johnson
action.
drops back to pass. Play action. Throws it over the middle, and it is knocked down. Almost intercepted, but incomplete. Good play call. Just couldn't quite get it in there.
Also, he threw to the wrong receiver. Isaiah Myers, one-on-one on the post, was there, but he looked at Jalen Thomas on the seam route on the other end.
It's not the first time we've seen that from Freddie this year.
Well-
He's definitely developing as a passer. I think that's the best we can say.
Ball was catchable a little high. Great play by the safety. Didn't catch a number that came up on that. But on play action like that, do you allow a linebacker to come through, and they're coming through fast. They're really forcing him to throw it a little high and a little bit faster than he wanted to.
There we go. Counter off. Jalen Thomas has got it. He's
Still on
inside
his
the
feet.
5, still on his feet. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals. Jalen Thomas for 6.
Takes it on the counter, comes back. He does a nice job setting up his pulling guard in the hole. Makes the right decision, and then he gets about the 5-yard line, and 3 middies try to tackle him, and he just hit the circle button and ends up in the end zone.
Jalen Thomas, he runs strong. You're not going to get him with arm tackles. All 3 of them wrap him up high.
A little bit of a different look. Cardinals running that little muddle huddle kick here on the extra point, and then they shift back to the normal position.
I don't understand that.
Eh.
Maybe it's a timing thing. I don't know. Cameron Ott on to attempt the extra point.
Lawson Sandusky's snap is back. Kick is up. And it's good. And at the 1:24 mark of the first quarter, it's your Colerain Cardinals 7, the Middletown Midi 0.
Unlike the last couple of weeks, we've got running team and running team. That's a quick first quarter.
It's
Colerain-
not just us. It's everyone's
Yeah.
playing pretty fast.
Colerain with
I
just
think
2 possessions and 1
Lakota
score.
East Princeton is in the second quarter. Fairfield West is in the second quarter. Mason Sycamore might be at halftime already.
Wow. Well, it's hot, right? To be waking off the field.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this heat wave seems like it's going to continue into next week as well. Little programming note for everyone. We are We're going to be in an interesting situation next week because the Cardinals return home, I think, for their homecoming against Sycamore. Always a tough battle. And the esteemed gentleman to my right and left will not be there because they will be out celebrating.
No, we'll be at the UC.
He's changing the story.
UCF football game for my bachelor party.
For your bachelor party, you will be at the end. And myself, having obviously received also said invitation, declined and said, I have an obligation to Colerain football. I will be at Colerain
Chris, no
on
offense.
Friday
I had
night.
a limit. I
we
had
don't need to talk about it anymore.
85 people. That's all I could invite.
That's cute. That's cute that he thought he got.
Oh,
invited.
and I only got to
85.
I only got to choose 34 of them.
I understand.
Guess what? And only 6 of them aren't related or in the bridal party.
I understand.
So Cameron Ott's going to kick the ball off from the 40.
Gets his foot underneath it, and it's a
Pop
high
up.
kick all the way down to the 6-yard line. Taken at the 10 to 15. Good pursuit by the special teams for Colerain. A helmet comes flying off, and there's also a penalty flag.
I'm guessing
from
that
behind.
helmet came off of a Cardinal because of a penalty. And
Jalen Montgomery, 20.
I don't know
on
what
the
this
outside.
signal is from the referee.
I don't know what that was either.
He's giving himself his own
Is he-
fist bump here.
What is that?
It's a self fist
It's
bump.
Rock'em Sock'em
I
Robot.
think
on
it's helmet to
Colerain.
helmet contact,
Yeah.
but it looks like he's just giving himself a
Yeah.
fist
All right,
bump.
well, let's see. Let's give the head referee. The referees are talking here. Give them a minute to figure it out. Colerain's out on defense. Here we go. Here comes the call. Waiting patiently.
On the middies. So that's going to be half the distance to the goal from the end of the return. So the middies will get it at the 8.5-yard
I
line.
think it's a blindside block. I thought that's what I heard the people next door say. Anyway, so you boys will both be
It
gone
looked
next
like
week.
a self fist bump.
I know. So you'll be gone
Or
next week.
the second referee more looked at
Stop.
that karate thing where
Here
you
we go.
cup one
Okay,
hand
That's fine.
into your fist. And
I got to tell you, I'm kind of looking forward to being by myself next week. It's going to be interesting.
I hear that maybe Chris Walker might come up from
All
Texas
right.
and put Chris in the booth.
Can we get Lenny Lopez up here? That'd be fantastic. I'm sure he wants to
Maybe
leave.
Jim and
hey, it's
Terry
90
Shear.
degrees here. Get one of the Shears in the booth. That'd be awesome. We are actively looking for a color person. If you're listening and you're in the Cincinnati area and you'd like to be a color commentator next week,
Timeout
DM
middies.
us. Yeah, there's nothing going on here. DM us, or you can email me, Chris, at wearecolerain.com.
So the referees are going to.
And if you do a really good job,
Should
better
we clarify what you mean there?
Yeah, I'm looking for a color commentator.
All right, let's be clear.
That's what I said.
Okay, that's not kind of what it sounded like.
Oh, I don't understand what else it could have possibly been.
Well, look, the Colerain coaching staff is kind of looking at the referees and the question of that. I don't know if their question. We got the new rule where they spot the ball and the play clock starts at 40 immediately after the play.
It is
hot here.
muggy.
It's sweltering. I'm not going to lie to you. It's a little warm.
Oh, my
I really do feel like Ace Ventura in the back of that rhino.
Nice. Okay.
Normally,
Normally we don't laugh at him.
Oh, Chris, that was
No,
good.
normally you always laugh at me.
We laugh with you.
With you.
That's
We're actually
that's
we're not
right.
at you. We're laughing at each other over top of you.
Fair enough.
But I believe
God, Brandon, you are full of sweat, and you
I
just
know.
wiped it all over me.
Sorry.
Get a towel.
and Chris with 600 pounds of
Wyatt.
Wyatt on either side of him. He's got.
This is literally the stuff of nightmare.
The funny thing is, last year in Hamilton was hotter than this.
Snap back, handoff once again. Over the middle now. Good run by the middies up to the 15-yard line, where it'll be 2nd down and 5. I believe that was Josh Bryant on the carry.
It's about 95 degrees in here. It was like 115 in Hamilton last year.
I keep telling myself it's late September. It's late September. It's going to get colder.
Hamilton's got that direct sun that till about halftime. At least
that is
we're
brutal.
slightly overcast here, but
That is brutal.
so he's 2nd down and a long 4. Middletown out of the shotgun, 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, running back next to the quarterback. In the
Yeah, this will
backfield.
likely be the last play of the first quarter, trailing 7-0. Middies drop back, look at the pass, not a whole lot of pressure.
Oh,
Through the
Brandon
middle,
Sinclair missed.
And Brandon St. Clair missed, went for the interception, caught by number 12, and he's going to take it all the way into the end zone for a huge midi touchdown.
91 yards. Brandon St. Clair from his safety.
85 yards.
85.
85, yeah, they were at the 15, so 85-yard. And that's the second long touchdown reception by an opponent against this Colerain defense. Now, last week it was the DB who gave up a 53-yard touchdown, but he just fought for it and couldn't quite muscle it away from the bigger, taller receiver for Princeton. Today, a little bit different story. Brandon Sinclair going for the interception,
Just
missed it, and caught by number 12 and took it all the way to the house.
Right through his hands and into the hands of the receiver.
You're going to have that happen every now and then. I mean, that's just one of those plays where
our defense is set up for man-to-man coverage, so.
Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up, and kick is good. So, what conceivably will be the last play of the quarter for the Middies, they rattle off an 85-yard touchdown pass and tie the Cardinals 7-7.
You know, we've had games up here, and we said the last GMC loss here was here
11 years ago.
And Colerain had like 2 touchdowns called back. It was a very strange game.
It's funny you mentioned that because that's one of the things I went to talk to Tyler Williams about pregame down on the field. He was a sophomore in that game.
Okay.
And he looked at me and he just shook his head and he said, I had 6 touchdowns in that bleeping game. He said, and they called back for him. So it was a joke.
Yeah. It was an
And I do recall several touchdowns being called back in that game.
And they were always flags away from the play,
yes.
behind the play.
Behind the play, away from the play, other side of the field.
But then again, they scored 42 points on us.
They scored 42, yeah. I mean, you know what? You give up 40. That was with
I can remember in 2003 when I was a sophomore on the sidelines, and I think Middletown won 2 games, and we needed a touchdown in the last minute and a 4th down stand to beat them.
Yeah, Middletown has been kind of a house of horrors for Colerain in the years. I mean, it's a long drive, and
well, you come in here overconfident too. I think.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, you look at a team that's 1-3, and their only win was against, I think, Western Hills. I mean, yeah, you could get a little cocky, a little too believing too much in yourself. There's a kick into the end zone. Cars will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20 with 29 seconds to go in the opening quarter. But you got to get past that, right? You got to look beyond that because you got to get where this team needs to be, where they want to be. You've got to be able to execute at a high level regardless of your opponent. You can't
don't play to the level of your opponent.
Exactly. You can't just get up for St. X. It doesn't work that way because it only takes a play like that, instead of it being the first quarter, it being late in the 4th quarter, and all of a sudden there's 2 minutes left in the game and you're down 4 points. Uh-oh. Now what?
Well, and you throw into it, too, that every team gets up for us.
Oh, I thought you saw something. That was a question in your speech.
Yes, I was making a comment that if you're down all of a sudden 4 points with 2 minutes left to go in the game, you didn't think it would be possible, but it can happen. There's a fake handoff. Freddie Johnson's going to keep it. He's going to run it himself, and he's going to be very close to the 1st down. That was just kind of a fake hand to the fullback and took it far to the right side of the field.
So like an option play?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he had no blockers out there. He just kind of ran, and they just kind of ignored him. Picked up it's not a great spot. Said he got about, 6 yards on that run?
7.
7 yards on that run? Thought he was closer to the 30, but all right.
Colerain really not doing anything fancy here with formation.
No, they've
back
really
to the double wing.
Yep, stuck with that double wing.
Single fullback.
2nd down and short. Shannon Murray in motion. Hands it off once again to MJ Flowers. He takes it, runs across the middle. I'll tell you what, he's a big boy for a sophomore. Gets it up to the 30-yard line. It's going to be enough for the 1st down.
And that.
There's still 17 seconds left.
17 seconds left. Yeah, they're going to remember the clock stops. You've got to move the chains. And the clock now runs, and that will be the final play of the 1st quarter.
Again, you can reach us here in the booth at radiowearecolerain.com. We got 2 new ones. This from Randy Hunt, listening in Ross, Ohio, class of 92. And Emily Himonitis, listening in from Northern Kentucky. She's also reminding you to give a shout-out to Anthony at Ortho Cincy.
Oh, yeah. Can't forget about Anthony. Good dude. Let me tell you a little bit about Anthony. He works at Ortho Cincy down in Northern Kentucky. Colerain grad.
One of our non-paid sponsors.
Indeed. They absolutely are more than welcome to become one. He's an office manager down there. My son broke his wrist.
Sorry to hear that.
Excuse me, broke his arm back in the spring. Oh. And but thank you. Appreciate the condolences there. And we went to Ortho Cincy. Could not have been nicer. The people were very nice. Anthony was great. I presuming I had some kind of Colerain garb on that day, and he asked. And then, of course, he said something along the lines of, yeah, I thought I recognized your voice, and we listen to the games. They got a fire pit out back at their house. They got family and friends that come over. So, Anthony, if you're listening tonight, so happy that you're tuning in, and our Cardinals are got a tight one here in Middletown, but ping us in the chat room or email us at radio@wearecolerain.com if you're listening.
Chris's wife literally wrote, it's a long story, but thanks to him, and he went off on a long story.
That's why they're so happily married.
I'm just saying.
The stories that they tell each other.
It's like she knew it was coming.
He comes over. Chris, tell
there
me
was
about
no-
your day.
I can't
and
just
then,
say, "Hey,
what do you want
Anthony."
for breakfast?
I can't just say.
You could have just said, "Hey, help my kid out." But no, I'm not. There's nothing wrong with it, Chris. It was interesting that your wife said that.
First down and 10. Freddie Johnson drops back, looks to pass, throws it over the middle, and
That's
it is
pass interference.
And there's the flag.
It's either pass interference or a holding there. They had single coverage. They go play action.
Isaiah Meyer was the intended receiver.
And there's the thing about high school is there's no such thing as uncatchable. So even though Freddie Johnson's pass sailed very high over his head, now granted, he probably threw it where Isaiah Myers was supposed to be.
Right.
But no uncatchable in high school, so it is pass interference, 15 yards for the Colerain Cardinals. It'll be first down at their own 46.
I'll tell you what, Freddie Johnson had tons of time there. I mean, good blocking up front by the offensive line.
All right, referee's holding up play because the Colerain ball boy is that incomplete pass. He's really not moving too fast to get the ball off the field.
He's still on the
You said a ball boy. It's an adult.
It's a ball man, but I'm not going to point out to who.
Okay. Yeah.
Family of brothers helps us out every week.
First down and 10. There's a handoff to number 19. Shannon Murray takes it. He's going to pick up 1 yard on the play. Just on a jet sweep, left to right.
See, they haven't had a lot of success with that jet sweep, but they have had success countering off that. So you show that to set up something a little bit later.
Just a reminder, again, for all of you that are listening, we will not focus our camera on the field today as the Colerain band did not make the trip up to Middletown. So we can't. Oh, spider. Ugh, I hate spiders. Is that right there?
Chris, there's a play about to happen.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so Freddie Johnson again under center, double wing. Shannon Murray then. There's a pitch to him. He takes it, cuts, makes one man miss, stays on his feet, gets into midi territory down to the 49-yard line where it'll be third down and 5. Third down and 4.
I give him the 48, so yeah, make it 3rd and 4.
Yep.
Okay, that's one thing about Murray. He's very elusive, but he's not that big.
He's not. He's small.
He got past the linebacker, but the linebacker got a hold of his jersey and almost kind of like a wrestling move, just threw him back at 3 yards.
He's only a $155, so
I don't think he's that big.
Well, that's what the roster
But
says.
yeah.
So anyway, we'll keep as we do every week. The camera focused on the scoreboard, and we'll be back with scores and stats with about 5 minutes to go when we get there. But right now, the Cards offense is back on the field. There's a counter to Jalen Thomas, and he's got some room to run. He's going to make one man miss, make two man miss, stay on his feet. He's still using his hands. He's still alive. Gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. First down, Cardinals.
There's that counter off that jet sweep again. A lot of success. Jalen Thomas having a big game so far.
And they threw a wrinkle on it too. It wasn't just a counter. There was a new wrinkle. He threw a hand fake and an additional little maneuvering of the ball as he's kind of faking that jet sweep, and then threw everything off. It'll be a first down for the Cardinals. Timeout for an injured midi.
Yeah.
Interesting. And again, talking with offensive coordinator Tyler Williams before the game, he mentioned to me that he thought JT may have a big night tonight. So we'll see.
That's
that
Cameron Jr. is down for the middies. He's up now, but noticeably limping. Their leading tackler. I've watched him a couple times. I don't know if he came into the game with an injury. He does have tape on that knee, it looks like.
It looks like was he banging his hip there or his wrist?
Well, he's limping and he's banging his hip, so maybe he's got a hip flexor.
Could be.
It's a little early. I mean, it's hot, but it's a little early to be cramping.
No, it doesn't look like it. I mean, it could be. Who knows, right? So
but as I said, I've seen him get up slow a couple times already in the game, so I think he was banged up coming into the game.
We'll have some scores at halftime, but there's an interesting one happening tonight.
Don't worry.
Nippert Stadium right now.
Between Moeller and St. X?
Very interesting.
Oh, don't. All that can mean is that Moeller's up, and it doesn't mean anything. For crying out loud, X is going to beat them by 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, how many games have we watched so
Unless
far that
Moeller's
X has
up by
been
4
behind?
touchdowns.
Well, that would be interesting.
So first down, Colerain just inside the Middletown 30.
Oh, there's
Colerain
flags.
goes 2 guys in motion.
Which is not legal in high school football.
Well, not in most states, and definitely not in the state of Ohio.
Actually, it might be legal in 6-man football.
And if we were in Canada,
6-man or 8-man? I thought it was 8-man football.
They could. Well, only one sanction. But
well,
people
it's
play.
8-person.
Is that coming to Ohio?
8-man is already here.
Is it? There are leagues but it's not sanctioned by OSHA.
I believe it is for the first time this year.
Huh.
Mostly in northern Ohio, a lot of those small counties,
Yeah.
rural. I never can say that word. That's always been a word I've struggled with.
You know what I used to struggle with as a kid? Terminal. I used to get the M and the M backwards. I called it terminal. You can
I could never say cinnamon.
Cinnamon?
I can say it.
You can say it now, though? That's
Yeah.
good.
Yep.
That's
First down and 15.
I'm not embarrassed at brunch meetings. So there we go. There's the counter
That
once
counter
again.
again.
Jalen Thomas takes it. That thing has been open all night long. He stays on his feet. Better tackling this time for the Middies, but he's still going to pick up positive yards. Gets all the penalty back and then some. It'll be second down, and we'll call it 8. Let's see if they mark it.
Looks like Cameron Jr. back in the ball game.
Well, that's good. Hopefully the young man's all right. Any more interesting names there? Who we got? Little Hebben Street. Like it. Thanks for joining. Enjoy the broadcast.
Second down and 8.
Second down and 8 from
Cole.
the Midi 27-yard line.
Slight different. Well, no, I thought are they? No, that's not an unbalanced line. I just can't see here from this angle.
Yeah, you can't
Do you
see.
want these?
No.
Okay. I can use them. Up a little bit here. There's a handoff. MJ Flowers has got it. He's trying to make a couple of guys miss, but good blocking by the Cardinals. The Middies had him, but MJ Flowers busts through and gets all the way down to about the 21-yard line.
Yeah, Minnie's got good penetration on that play, but they never really got past the defender. They just pushed the defender back, got a jump on the ball, and MJ Flowers there's no one there. He has nowhere to run, but he has no one to tackle him, and eventually he gets by the mesh of bodies, falls forward, makes it 3rd down and 2, and the Cardinals go with their big man package, bringing those defenders to block.
Yeah, Donovan Owens and Corleone in the ball game.
You think they could take the ball, and they both line up on the line. Look at
And
that.
Michael Bess.
Yep, Michael Best and Deshaun Pace.
And Elijah Ford.
And Elijah Ford all in to get that 1 yard. And Freddie Johnson takes it, bounces it outside, and he's going to be very close to a first down.
And looking to turn it inside. The Middies forced him outside. The defender out there kind of got off the block and used the sidelines, kicked him out of bounds. It's going to be interesting on the spot.
Well, thankfully, the Colerain coaches are right there to help the referees.
Well, and then, but none of our coaches are celebrating at this moment, so I think
the Cardinals are going to get that first down.
first down.
That was a very dramatic signal from the head referee.
They really
Well,
was.
it's just you didn't see either team celebrating or negative plays, and yeah.
There was a Middletown Midi defender who I saw turn and just put his hands on his helmet like, oh.
I saw another one do the little short sign, but
Yeah.
Now, they were only about 6 inches away from the chains. Did they pull the chains out on that
No,
one?
they did not.
They just eyeballed it.
They just eyeballed it.
Let's see. The ball
Again, the
spotted at the
most-
19.
The most inaccurate measurement in all sports.
you are correct. Cardinals are going to stay with the big boy package. We should really find out what the name of this package is.
I think it's called Tank.
Steve.
No, it's not Steve. I can assure you it's not Steve.
Well, it might be named Steve.
I think it's Tank.
Did you see just Fred?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yep, there's Deshaun Pace who's got it. Drops back, looks to pass. He's going to tuck it and try and find some room. The Middies are in hot pursuit, and they're going to tackle him for a fairly large loss.
Yeah, they tried to run the reverse at it with Deshaun Pace, and the Middies are sitting there waiting for it. Did not work.
They overloaded the left side, and they ran that to the weak side, and the Middies did not over-adjust, and they had more guys over there to block. Colerain kind of, I would say, out-cuted themselves right there.
Loss of
That was
5.
unnecessary play call.
Lost 5. Well, if it works, though.
Yeah, and you're deep in the Middies territory, right? And you give it a shot. It's still
Plus,
fairly
you put
early
it
in
on
the
film,
game.
allegedly. But we both did, and I both saw the same thing. Freddie Johnson, initially, before that play started, went under the wrong lineman.
Yeah, he went under guard.
Oh, my goodness gracious. There's the fake handoff. Kell
nice
keeps himself.
read.
Freddie Johnson with a great read. Cuts it back up the middle.
Be a yard short.
He split 2 defenders. He needed 15. I think he got 14 on that run.
Helmet comes off, so he'll have to come out this play. But, yeah, he did the old put the defender in a box. You either got to commit to the quarterback or commit to the pitch. He doesn't. Takes one side step out, fakes the pitch, cuts it back in. He's close to the line of scrimmage. But, again, he lost his helmet on the play, so Tyler Prather, the backup quarterback, has to come in on this 3rd and 1. 2nd and 1. No one has this right.
I don't know.
And somebody is saying it might be a first down.
Is it 1st and goal? Or what's
No, now it's 2nd and goal.
They're going for a measurement.
Okay. But, yeah, I tell you what, I really like what I saw right there. Freddie, a first-year quarterback right there. We haven't seen him keep it and take it up the middle that often.
That was one of the best
time
runs he's had all
That
year.
time it was a decision to make. You had that defender in front of you. You eyeballed him. The end made a slight gesture to the outside, and he reads him and goes in.
And didn't even use 2 hands, did the referee. He just did the little inch sign there.
The little index finger and the thumb to say, about 2 inches short of a first down.
And again, I know you got your backup quarterback just come in, and I got to think this is a quarterback sneak.
Well, if there's nobody over center, this backup quarterback
He's a big
He's
boy.
a big boy. 6'2", 185-pound is Prather.
So 3rd down and inches.
Is there anybody over center? Oh, yeah, take it.
For the Colerain Cardinals. He takes it, rolls, hands it off to MJ Flowers, who almost fumbles it, keeps it, stays on his feet, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals! MJ Flowers.
Nothing fancy, just that same fullback stretch play out of that big tank formation, and he just goes to the outside and picks up 6.
Yeah, just overloaded with size on that left side. Great job by the offensive line.
The ball was, I spied it. It was loose there in his belly, but he was able to secure it and take off around the end, not break stride and score.
Straight alignment this time, no muddle huddle for the Cardinals. Lawson Sandusky to snap, Prather to hold, ought to kick, and I can't see it. So
snap is down, hold is up, or hold is down, kick is up, and kick is good. So with 7:30 to go left in the first half, it's the Colerain Cardinals 14, the Middletown Middies 7.
So I can confirm from Gavin Watson that formation is called tank, which is interesting to me because it used to be a completely different formation, same basis. We just didn't have extra line or extra.
Who confirmed
tight
that?
ends? Gavin Watson.
Oh, Gavin Watson did? Oh,
we
there
just
you go.
we just brought in like 6 guards.
Thank you, Gavin. Appreciate
We
that.
didn't bring anyone from defense.
Do we see any of other former Cardinals in here? We the past couple of weeks, we've had DSM 2.0 in there, Deontay Smith-Moore. We've had Taz in there. I'm not sure where Miami's playing this weekend. We'll give them good luck and a shout-out. And Monolo Caldwell as well. I don't know that you guys have paid attention, but Monolo Caldwell is tearing it up down in Crestview Hills for the Thomas More College Saints. One of their starting running backs now, doing quite a good job.
As a fellow graduate, I want you to know that's now the Thomas More University Saints.
That's correct. I did say college, didn't I?
Yeah.
Sorry, when I was there, it was college. When you were there, it was college.
Actually, I was both when I was
Were
there.
you both?
Yeah.
That's funny because when I was there, I was both a rebel and a saint. How about that?
It's weird.
How is that funny?
I don't know.
It's not funny. It's just interesting.
Okay, I'll accept that.
Just like you trying to convert.
How does an all-girls, formerly all-girls college become known as the Rebels?
How about that? Villa Madonna, right? So ball lined up on the 40. Cameron Ott gets underneath it, and
They were
that
offsides.
is definitely a pooch kick.
They were offsides.
And we've got a penalty on it. Yep. Offsides against the Cardinals, so they're going to have to bring that back and re-kick. That's odd. Don't see that a whole lot. Ooh, hothead. I do like my hothead burrito. I'm not going to lie to you.
Well, you know that's one good thing about.
Usually,
I won't say a good thing, but something's happening in this booth. It's really hot in here, but I don't know if you guys smell it.
I do.
I believe the halftime wings are here.
Honestly, nothing sounds good right now. It's so hot.
I'll
I'm
be
so
honest.
sticky.
I was just going to make fun of Chris because usually it's my father and myself that gets distracted by food. But
I know, right? That hothead thing.
I think they've got some nice soup up here for tonight.
Well, that's good.
it's perfect soup weather right now.
It's soup. It's soup and spaghetti.
Yeah. No soup for you.
We'll see what happens. All right, so ball's now lined up on the 35-yard line. Cameron gets his foot underneath it. Again, it's a pooch kick. Gets a little bit more underneath it. Taken inside the 10-yard line, right at the 10, up to the 15, the 20, the 25. There's a block in the back that's not called. But either way, they're going to be tackled are the Middletown Middies just shy of the 30-yard line where they'll have it first down and 10, trailing 14-7.
Yeah, Jalen Montgomery, Tyrus Bradley on the tackle. You know what? And you only get out to the 28 after you've got a 5-yard penalty. I'll take that every time.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Now this Colerain defense, you've got the lead, but you got slapped in the mouth that last time. You know, a big play. Give Middletown credit.
Yeah, you never like to give a big plays. And this defense, whether they be big plays or whatnot, not ranking very well in the GMC in their pass defense. Deshaun Pace doesn't have an interception on the year. This is our 5th game. Not that he should necessarily, but they haven't played a lot of teams that throw the ball a lot. But he doesn't have any. And they're giving up about 150 over plus yards per game passing. There's a pass out to number 25. He catches it and he's immediately tackled. Good open field tackle. That was number
20.
No,
10.
Number 10.
Sean Williamson.
Sean Williamson on the open field tackle.
Got to pick up 3 on the play.
I'll tell you
Colerain
what.
defense back's giving a pretty good cushion, and it's just a quick throw out there. We're going to give him almost 4.
Cardinals pretty much give that up every time, but it's up to the offense to execute that, and nobody actually just settles for 4-yard hooks every time.
So here we go in the shotgun now. Hands it off once again to Josh Bryant. He gets hit in the backfield, and he gets taken down. Hello, Dante Corleone, and number 8 on the tackle as well. That is Xander Kendall.
Yeah, they get credit for it, but that was L.T. Johnson getting penetration from the defensive line. He hits the running back in the backfield, slows him down, doesn't make the tackle, but allows the linebackers to close up to lose a yard.
And it's interesting now we have a substitution, and we're going to see this and how this plays out over the season because you're going to have, just like last year, two-way players are going to have to find their way in which side of the ball. Jalen Thomas has been playing offense almost his entire game. Levert Jarman in at rush end on the right side.
You saw him, number 33. He drops back into coverage, looking for the pass across the middle, and it is incomplete. It was intended for number 25, was too low, and it will be 4th down and 7 for the Middies, presumably punt forthcoming.
Yeah, Levert Jarman, he's only a sophomore, 5'10", 170 pounds.
And that play was right at him, and I think everyone was in the wrong on that play, but it goes in the favor of the Cardinals. The receiver was a little too far with his route. The quarterback's throw was in the dirt. The linebacker was clearly not there. The quarterback was not there to make the play. But the Cardinals are playing defense, so they don't have to make a play.
Yeah. Deshaun Pace at his 42-yard line. Kicking away from him.
There's the punt. Nice kick by Deshaun Pace. Caught it. Back to the 30. Makes a man miss. Makes another man miss, but he's going to get tackled, but not until he takes it up past the 40. So about a 10-yard return for Deshaun Pace, where the Cardinals will take over 1st down and 10 at their own 42-yard line, up 14-7. You talked again about, Jarman being a sophomore. There are a lot of sophomores and juniors on this team that are having prevalent roles. And I think when folks now, as we are at the halfway point of the season, I think when we start saying, what is the ceiling for this team? What really can we expect? Are they a state championship quality team? And the answer to that, I think, is no. But that doesn't mean that they shouldn't have the ceiling of being able to compete at a high level and into the playoffs.
I'll be honest, Chris, looking at the scores today, I don't think anyone's a state championship contender.
Well, we talked about that pregame off air. It's the state championship, I think, is going to reside up north again this year. There's a handoff once again to MJ Flowers. He takes it right up the middle all the way up to the 50-yard line. So 9-yard run, 9-yard run on 1st down for MJ Flowers.
If you just went by the records, no way would any of these scores I would have predicted. I mean, I got winless teams winning right now.
Well, the interesting thing about football is there are 2 halves.
That's why they play the game.
It's not over until it's over.
Can't hold anything back.
That's not true at all. Timeout Middies.
Well, you know what? I saw number 10 from the Middletown Middies. Kelvin Shealy kind of left his lunch back in his safety position. Referees see it, and they're cleaning the field.
Yep. Okay, that's an official's timeout.
The officials.
It might have been the coach not calling timeout, but say, hey, my player just threw up.
Yeah, it was a combination of the coach saw it, the ref saw it, and everybody else saw it. And, it is a hot one out there. You want to hydrate. But
another upset brewing.
It's no different than an injury, right?
No.
With I guess it's the Magic Johnson rule. You can't have blood, but you can't have any body fluid out there.
So that trainer just dumped a bunch of ice on the ground. I guess that's okay. Nobody's going to slip and hurt themselves on that?
There is just upsets galore working.
Well, hold on. Working. They're working, right? They're not there yet.
I'm just saying.
Well, I will make it a point to be back to hear the...
She did. She dumped
She just dumped a whole canister of ice out on the field.
Maybe there was a chemical in there. You don't know.
They were drinking out of it a minute ago.
You don't know that. Maybe it's a hydrating chemical that also cleans...
So second down and 2, the ball spotted at the 50. And thanks to Teresa Strong... Listening at home, no, I do not like soup when it's 98 degrees.
I don't understand where that came from, but thank you for sharing.
Don't worry about it. Just go with it.
Yep. Oh, there's a late pitch. I love it. To Jalen Thomas, who's got some fresh legs, and he takes it deep into Midi territory after running wide right on that pitch all the way down to the 31-yard line. It's a 1st down for the Cardinals.
And good work on all phases there. Freddie Johnson did a good job getting the pitch, making the read. And then Jalen Thomas does a good job of reading Isaiah Meyer and Avante Scales block downfield and doesn't try to just burst the outside, sees where the blockers are taking their man, and cuts it inside for a big gain.
Colerain's offensive line looks like they're going with a little bit bigger splits up front.
Just really interesting tonight. Again, you see this offense continue to grow and develop. Number 14 goes in motion. That's Williams. There's a handoff once again to MJ Flowers, and he's being pushed by Spitznagel. And he's going to pick up about 4 yards on that 1st down run, the big sophomore. Getting some positive gains there.
Give the young man his credit. Also give his man some criticism. He's pushing right Spitznagel because Spitznagel did not get to his man on the backside, and MJ Flowers has some room to run, but on that midline option, but did not seal the backside of that play.
So Beavers in now for the next play. Number 13, Avante Scale steps out.
Kelvin Shealy for the Middletown Mid. He's back in at safety.
Surprised they didn't make him go, and maybe it's just heat related, but I'm surprised they didn't make him go through a concussion protocol or something there. But maybe they're saying it's heat. Timeout, Cardinals.
Yeah, play clock running down. Colerain a little bit slow setting up for that one. They're going to call a timeout.
So kind of back to this team, I think, and how they're progressing. And you're right. Anything can happen from a regional perspective, but I think folks need to kind of temper their expectations and understand. Again, there's a lot of newness about not only the players but the coaches too, right? You've got new coordinators, new head coach, and they're really feeling their way out. And this is going to be a battle to win the GMC this year. This is not like some years where you kind of come in and look, nobody's going to beat us.
And we talk
this
about,
is a battle this year.
And we're talking about not just the players on the field, but the coaching staff there too. And one of the things they said to us and is this, it's a new coaching staff, a new set of offensive coordinators, and they're all familiar with how the offense works and what the reads are. But I think they admitted to us that, hey, we're not necessarily prepared to know, hey, we're not the one. Coach Bolden was the one making all those adjustments.
That's right.
We learned from him, but he's the guy who kind of
he did it.
He did it for 12
and the game planning.
And he did all the game planning. He did that for 15 years, so we had a little bit of knowledge. So they're learning as we go too.
Exactly right. Tribal knowledge, great call out, because that's all gone now. So now we're kind of learning from scratch again how it is that we game plan offensively. Not so much defensively. As Freddie Johnson steps back, takes it. He's going to follow block out wide. He's going to have some room, and he's going to get inside the 15-yard line. There is a penalty flag down. Would you say it is in the area of?
Yeah, I believe they got Beavers on the outside right here. They go out of the I formation, fake it to the fullback, and he goes to the outside, almost just a quarterback draw. He follows his running back. But
I don't know if they run the same numbers, but that used to be 15. Quarterback counter, you step with the fullback to one way and
then cut back the other.
Cut back the other.
Yeah, it was there, but Brian Beavers is the one on the edge making that key block. He makes that block. He's gone, which he did, but a little too much on the grab right there.
In fact, I know in 2004 against Worthington Kilbourne, Dominic Goodman scored 3 times in that play.
With the substitute offensive center for that game,
I know
Brian Shelton went down.
I know it was
my
me.
Son.
There's a handoff right over the middle, and Middletown was there for it. And almost no gain on that play. MJ Flowers ran into a wall. On that last play, Brian Beavers came off the field. And as you would expect, I wanted to see how that was handled. And Sean Cutright, the head coach, came right to him. And you could see he was admonishing him to the point of, hey, listen, you can't do that. Brian has struggled a little bit this year with the penalties. That's the second one he had called on him tonight in previous games. So I was trying to coach him up a little bit and get him to a better place because he is a good football player, and we do need him out there.
MJ Flowers, though, that's a sophomore mistake. He's got to run with his head up. If he stays on his track, going towards the outside, he's got room to run, but he just puts his head down and runs into the pile.
So 3rd down and 9.
Freddie Johnson drops back, looks a pass, shakes a tackle. He's got some room, passes it, in and out of the hands of Hamza Abdul-Wahid. If he catches that ball, he's definitely got enough for the first down. He was just standing there in the flat.
What makes that worse, he's the personal protector. A lot of time for the fullback. Freddie scrambles out, and Hamza jumps up. Look at me. I'm open. I'm open. He hits him in the hands, and he drops it.
Ball set at the 30. Cameron Ott setting up at his 37. It will be a 47-yard attempt for the Colerain Cardinals. Now, by high school rules, if this ball goes in the end zone, it'll be a touchback for the Cardinals.
So no one deep for the Middletown Middies.
Big attempt here. Snap is back. Hold is down. Cameron gets underneath it. It's got plenty of leg, but I think it's going to be wide left.
But and as for Ohio high school rules, the ball into the end zone, the ball's going to come out to the 20 on a missed field goal. He had the leg. He was about 3 yards to the left of the goalpost.
So the Cardinals have a long, sustained drive and unfortunately come up empty-handed. And now with 2:39 left to go in the half, only lead the Middletown Middies 14-7. And again, I think this speaks volumes about, kind of where this offense is, right? I mean, in prior years when we're here, we're talking about starting the second half with a running clock, and we're just not going to see that with this offense. They're not good enough yet to do that. They're still learning and growing, and they may not be good enough all year. I mean, to put it in perspective, this same Middletown Midi team played Fairfield 2 weeks ago. They lost 47-7. So not saying the Cardinals can't get there, but just to keep an eye on what's waiting for Colerain way down in Week 10 on the road. Snap is back. Number 7 rolls, looking to pass, throws it deep down the field, and it just throws it right out of bounds. And there's a flag late. Not sure what that flag is for. I can't imagine it would be a late hit or anything like that.
That's in the area of holding.
Legal man downfield.
Yeah, lineman downfield. The quarterback's flushed out of the pocket looking for somebody, but a lineman working a little bit farther past the line of scrimmage when the ball was released than he should have.
Mark, we have no problem with soup. We have no problem with soup. We love soup. Soup's not a meal, but we love soup. Just not when it's.
Well, if you have like a half a sandwich with it, that's a meal.
Well, there are some weird scores.
It depends. I mean, if it's a bowl, right? I mean, there's some bowls of soup out
Well,
there.
if it's a cream soup, it's a little bit thicker.
That's a meal. Yeah. What if it's a stew? I mean, a stew's a meal.
I don't think anybody knows what we're referring to the Seinfeld episode.
Oh, my gosh. Are you guys still talking about the soup?
Well,
give it up.
We're waiting for the referees to whatever they've done with the ball.
Yeah, they're not doing anything. They have the ball set, and then they're going to move it, and they're
They had a lineman downfield, but it's still 2nd down and 10.
Right. And they didn't move. Did they decline the penalty? What happened?
That's what I'm saying. We're trying to figure out. They had a long talk, and maybe they
waved off the flag?
Maybe. That's the only thing I can guess.
Look, either he was illegal downfield or he wasn't.
And that's why
they picked up the flag.
Yeah, that's possibly why they picked up the flag.
2nd down and 10. Ball still sitting at the 20. No penalty. Last play, just incomplete pass. Seven's got it. Hands it off across the middle. And hello, defensive line. Actually, that was the safety, I think, on that play.
Jalen Thomas coming from. No, it wasn't.
You guys are, all of you were wrong. It was your middle linebacker, Xander Kendall.
Yeah, it was Xander Kendall, number 8 on that tackle.
It's like you guys are watching a different game tonight.
I'm thinking of soup. I like soup. Tomato's my favorite.
Ooh, lobster bisque.
I'm not a big fan of sea insects. 3rd down and 12. That's a 2-yard loss. So great tackle for loss there for Xander Kendall.
And Cardinals have 1 timeout remaining. I think Middletown's got to think, do they run the clock here or do they attempt to get the first down?
Well, let's see. He drops back, looks to pass, does the Middletown Midi quarterback. He's going to tuck it and try and run up the middle to pick up the first down. He's not going to get it. Jalen Thomas tackles him right at the 20.
Timeout Cardinals.
Yep, they're going to get the ball back, stop the clock with 1:42 left to go. That is their last timeout. Yep.
Yeah, that'll bring on your punter, who's doing a good job so far, Michael Langendorf. Last time got a little bit of time, and we saw him kind of like Lawson Sandusky. He kicked away from the dangerous Deshaun Pace.
Yeah. Again, just as a reminder, we will leave the camera focused on the scoreboard during halftime as the Colerain band is not here, so there's nothing to show you there. And we will be back with roughly 5 minutes to go in the halftime to go over stats from the first half, as well as apparently some very interesting scores from around the city.
Very interesting.
They better be. He's
really been building up, hasn't he?
It's like the 3rd or 4th most interesting scores we've ever had.
3rd or 4th? I mean, definitely not the second. But it might be the 3rd most interesting set of halftime scores we've had in 9 years.
Well, let me go back to my rankings.
Yeah.
Is it 9 years? I think it's 9 years.
No, at least 2008. It's 11.
I don't think we weren't. Did we broadcast home in 08? Yeah, I know.
At least something.
No, we started at home.
Middletown Middies, look at these wide splits.
Well, we usually start at home, so
they can't look at the wide splits, Brian. They just see the scoreboard.
I was talking to you.
Okay, so yeah, there's definitely wide splits.
3 personal protectors. They shut the gate.
Yep, and there's a kick, and it's a high kick. It's a short kick. Deshaun Pace calls a fair catch right at their own 45-yard line, and that's where Colerain will take over 1st down and 10 with $1:34 left in the first half, leading 14-7.
Yeah, another good kick by Langendorf. So far, the kicking game from Middletown's keeping it close. A couple big kickoffs.
All right, will be interesting. Here, what personnel comes out for the Cardinals?
The old 2-minute drill, no timeouts. Passes to the sidelines.
What do you think?
Nothing over the middle.
You're thinking maybe the backup quarterback?
Or
Prather's,
Deshaun Pace.
Prather's in the huddle. No, he's not. I'm sorry. I gotta get my binoculars.
Nope. It's going to be Freddie Johnson.
Yep.
Avante Scales.
Deshaun Pace came out. He's counting now, senior captain, saying, nope, there's 11 out there.
No, there's like
15.
There's a bunch of them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Brandon Sinclair
9,
and
10,
Deshaun
11.
Pace.
So Colerain has gone to the shotgun formation, 4 wide receivers.
Yep. Snap is back to Freddie Johnson. He likes what he sees right up the middle. He's going to keep it. He's going to run into Middletown territory, still on his feet, down to the 40, gets hit from behind, but not until he picks up the first down.
Why don't they just do this all the time?
All the way down to the 37-yard line. Clock stops as they move the chains for the first down.
Why don't teams do their 2-minute offense more?
Yeah, Middletown
They just
Middy's
move down
got
the field in 2
It would
minutes.
work all game long.
I know. It's not like defenses are played conservative at times.
Stop mocking
I tell you,
people.
a nice play from behind Cameron Jr., but he's got to come off the field right there.
Yep, snap is back once again to Freddie Johnson, and once again he's going to keep. He's going to run up the middle, follow his blockers, and take it down all the way to the 25-yard line. Another first down for the Cardinals.
Yeah, see, this is what exactly what you want to do in your 2-minute offense. You want to run the ball.
You dink and dunk with the pass, and you just
Or you don't throw the ball at all. You just go straight quarterback.
As long
It's
as you
not
get
even
first downs.
It's not even a draw. It's just a straight go.
yeah. They've spread them out, so you've got less
Freddie
defenders
Johnson
in
once
the middle.
again takes it, and he's doing it again, and this time
Can't go to the well too
Middletown's
often.
all over it. Yep, tackle by number 8 in the backfield. Freddie Johnson is going to lose a yard on that play.
Cameron
Under
Cooper.
a minute.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Can't go to that well 3 times in a row.
Well, you could.
Well, you can.
Just not successfully.
Not successfully. Not with the expectation of getting yards. Again, 4 wide receivers.
No
MJ
safety
Flowers in the
deep.
backfield. No safety deep. The middle is open. MJ Flowers takes it, lofts it over the middle, and completely either overthrows or misread where that route was supposed to be intended for number 13.
Yeah, somebody runs he runs a post route,
Runs
but
Avante
there's a
Scales.
corner route thrown.
Post goes in, corner goes out.
Yep.
He threw a corner. Avante
Yeah,
ran a
right.
post.
He might have been looking for Deshaun Pace. There was a good play by that was the number 21, but he's not listed in the Middletown program. Didn't let Pace get off the line of scrimmage. But what that does, it does stop the clock.
Would be surprised if they throw the ball here again. I got to believe they're going to try and run the ball and then set up for a field goal. We'll see. Nope. He drops back, looks to pass, and he does. He throws it over the middle, and it is in and out of the hands,
Sinclair.
just above Sinclair's hands, and couldn't quite pull it in. Clock stops.
And for the second,
fourth down.
unfortunate for the young man, that's the second time a ball has gone right through his hands.
Well,
Did
but
he
the-
have his hands on that possible interception?
It was close, but that one there would have been a tough catch. Almost, it was thrown behind him, almost a back shoulder catch. He goes airborne, comes down flat on his back. That wouldn't have been a tremendous
It did hit him
catch.
right in the hands, though.
So the ball's at the 28-yard line. Cameron Ott will come on to attempt his second field goal of the night.
Pretty much the same spot. Last time at 47, this time 2 yards shorter at the 45, but still.
You guys call it. I'm going to watch the
I can't see
goalpost.
it.
Oh, you can't see it? No, I'm
call
saying
it.
you call it. I'll watch the goalpost here.
So the snap is back, set down. This one is kicked. It looking good. It is right.
No good?
Yep, it's no good. So he was the first kick. He was 3 yards to the left. This ring just outside on the right. So again, into the end zone by Ohio High School rules. The ball's going to be placed at the 20, but Middletown celebrates. They have stopped Colerain.
Again, 2 series in a row. Cards come up empty, and again, it's unfortunate, but this is what this offense is right now. Freddie Johnson is growing. He's learning. He's developing as a quarterback, both as a triple option quarterback, and you've got to have the ability to throw the ball. And they're trying to mix that in, and it almost makes me yearn back to the days where we throw the ball like twice a game. Then let's just run. Let's just do what we do and run the football.
Well, I still think you're trying to find a personality on this offensive line.
I agree.
We know Quasi Jones not playing tonight as Middletown drops back the pass.
Catch is made by numbers.
7.
No,
2.
Number 2.
What
Number
game
7.
are you guys watching?
I didn't say that.
2.
2 made the catch. 7 made the pass.
Gary,
Again, that was Kamari Fuller, who's the quarterback, 5'10", 185-pound junior.
15 seconds. Oh, yeah.
And that was Deion Brown on the catch, 5'9", 155-pound senior. Same size as Murray, Shannon Murray.
Colerain with 2 deep safeties.
They got a first down on the play. Snap back. Fuller looking, throwing. It is caught by number 23.
I don't know
Steps
why
out of
they're
bounds.
such in a rush to get out of bounds. They have 2 timeouts. They don't have enough play. They don't have enough plays to use those timeouts.
Yeah, Colerain will let them take that 7-yard out every time.
That was John J.C. Calhoun on the reception, a 5'10", 165-pound sophomore.
That spider.
I don't want to look at the spider. I hate spiders.
He's outside the window.
Unless they're wearing red and blue suits.
2nd down and 3. The ball at the Middletown 37.
Yep, Brian in the backfield. Fuller takes it, drops back, looks the pass, is going to tuck it, gets out of the arms of 2 would-be tacklers, 3 would-be tacklers, 4 would-be tacklers, and it isn't until Michael, excuse me, sorry.
Doesn't matter what happened.
Yeah, Michael Best Jr. came in and made the final
Clock
tackle.
expires, and that's the Oh, there's a
Um,
flag. So if it's on the Cardinals, there could be an additional play here.
Yeah, Middleton.
Yep, a lot of running around on that play. Ate up a lot of time for the Middies, unfortunately. We'll see what the play call is or what the penalty is here. And if it's against the Cards, they will get one untimed down to do with whatever they wish. And if it's against the Middies, then that will be the end of the first half.
Referees in a long discussion.
Why is he even Cutright just decline it and go to half?
Well, he sent both teams to the sidelines, but
They're getting water. They haven't actually left the field
Here's
yet.
the-
Let's see what happens.
it's a blow to the head against the defense. So is that going to give them yardage and another
It'd be
play?
15 yards and an untimed down.
That's going to take it all the way down to the Colerain 41.
Did he just signal a timeout for Middletown?
Yeah, they've got him with an untimed down. Why not get a little bit of extra time to figure out what you're going to do here? Not much you really can do. You're not even near field goal range, so you know they're throwing it. They've got one play, so it's either throw it underneath into some type of screen and hoping to do it, or just the old Hail Mary.
We saw what they did with one play earlier in this game. So
They've got the athletes
hey,
to do it.
look, if this goes awry, you could go into halftime tied, which I don't remember the last time Colerain went into halftime tied.
Yeah,
with
look how
Middletown.
deep these linebackers and defensive back are. Colerain playing a very, very soft zone. The safeties are already back to the 15-yard line.
They officially put 1 second on the clock. Snap is back. Fuller's got it. Cross back, looks to pass, a little bit of pressure. He's flushed. He throws it to the sideline. It is incomplete. And that brings the first half to an end. It's your Colerain Cardinals clinging to a 14-7 lead here in Middletown against the Middies. We'll step away. We'll come back with 5 minutes left to go in halftime to go over stats and scores from around the city. Thanks for tuning in to WeAreColerain.com's presentation of Colerain Cardinal football.
And we are back with first half stats and halftime scores.
Your Colerain Cardinals lead the Middletown Middies 14-7 here at halftime. First downs, Colerain with 15, Middletown with 7. Rushing yards for Colerain, 271 total yards on 32 carries, but only those 14 points. Middletown, 7 carries, 44 yards. Colerain with only 5 yards passing. Middletown with 125 yards passing, all but 85 of that yards coming to O'Brien Million, your leading receiver. 1 catch, 85 yards, and a touchdown. So total plays, Colerain has run 40 plays for 276 yards. 40 plays for 276 yards. Middletown only 18 plays for 169 yards. Look at this. The big time of possession. Colerain is, I haven't seen a discrepancy like this. Colerain has 17 minutes and 31 seconds to Middletown's 6 minutes and 29 seconds. You've dominated in yardage, you've dominated in time of possession, but you're only up 14-7. Colerain has kind of sputtered on a few of their drives. 2 missed field goals. So rushers, 4 for 36. Kamari Fuller, 3 for 8. Freddie Johnson for Colerain is 1 for 8, passing for 5 yards. Kamari Fuller, 6 for 11 for 125 yards. As we said, the long of 85. MJ Flowers has the only catch for the Colerain Cardinals for 5 yards. Punting, kind of a non-factor for Colerain. Lawson Sandusky, only 1 kick for 38 yards, but Michael Langendorf for Middletown, he's got 3 for only 29-yard average, but he's kept the ball away, and no big returns so far. Your leading tacklers for Colerain Cardinals, Michael Best with 4, Donovan Owens with 2. For the Middletown Middies, Cameron Cooper, he has 9 tackles. Cameron Jr. has 7 tackles. Jaden Burks with 6. Cheek Fall with 5. Your scoring cap at the 124 mark. Jalen Thomas carries the ball into the end zone at the 124 mark and for 15 yards, and the kick by Cameron Ott was good. 29 seconds into the second quarter, Kamari Fuller pass to O'Brien Million was complete for 85 yards. Mason Darth, extra point is good. And at the 7:30 mark in the second quarter, MJ Flowers carries the ball 14 yards. Cameron Ott kick was good, and that takes us to where we are right now. Colerain leading the Middletown Middies 14-7. Brandon, you got some scores around the city for us?
I do.
Well, why don't you give them to us? They're not going to read themselves.
They could. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Just give me about 3 more seconds. I have a few score
I'm getting frustrated going, oh, that boy better start talking.
Just trying to buy time.
I know. You should have told me. Brandon's over here scrambling. He's got triple duty tonight. He's not only on the mic, but he's producing tonight, and he's looking up our scores. So I'm looking over at him, just asking him to just say something. But I realize he's trying to get – he's very good on the social media getting the last-minute scores. He follows a lot of these
Okay, here we go.
All right. Take it away, Brandon.
With 2 long passing plays in the first half, it's Lakota East leading Princeton 21-7.5. Hamilton 17, Oak Hill 7.5. Fairfield led Lakota West 13-7 at halftime. Juthon McLean, though, just broke a long touchdown run. It's 20-7 Fairfield over West. Kind of an upset brooding in the Battle of the Skies. Mason leads Sycamore 14-3. And the GCL scores. LaSalle's game is actually finished. They played in Buffalo, New York today, and they played at Catholic school up there, and they actually played at 4 o'clock this afternoon, and they won 48-0. Elsewhere, Moeller at 1 point led St. X 24-12, scoring more points than they'd scored in their 4 previous games. Unfortunately, that 24-12 score is now a 27-24 deficit at halftime.
Yeah, that's St. X overlooking Moeller maybe a little bit to start that game.
Elder leads Ryle 35-0.
Oh, my goodness.
Elsewhere, Wayne on top of Lebanon 21-14 at halftime. Springfield on top of Fairmont 21-7. Springboro up on Miamisburg 28-0. Ross on top of Mount Healthy 35-22. Northmont and Trotwood tied at 7. Edgewood jumped up early but now trails Harrison 21-10.
That's a good game.
Upset in the lower divisions, Bethel Tate leads at CHCA. Cincinnati Hills Christian Academy 7-0. Roger Bacon leads McNick 14-0.
Bacon.
Corey Kiner got his 50th career touchdown, and he's just a junior. Anderson leads Withrow 14-6. Little Miami leads Talawanda, previously undefeated, or currently undefeated Talawanda 19-7. Walnut Hills, in what could be an upset, they trailed 10-0 at halftime, and now they scored a touchdown in the second half. West Claremont leads Walnut Hills 10-7. Milford on top of Loveland at 29-7. And our one score from up north, Dublin Kaufman leads Pickerington North by missed extra point, 7-6.
Well, Brandon, I saw a couple or heard a couple things there that kind of piqued my interest. The Lakota East, you said up on Princeton, which is a surprise in itself, but you said 2 long passing plays from a Rick Haynes offense.
That is correct.
So curious, Colerain caught Princeton a couple times with a little play action out of the option. I'm not sure exactly how the Lakota East did it, but that's a surprising score right now.
Sycamore adds a field goal. They now only trail 14-6.
So these teams are just coming out of the locker room. They're talking to the referees at this point. Colerain had that ball start, so Middletown will start the second half with the ball.
To begin play in the second half.
So you went through those stats, Brian. I heard a couple of things in there. Saw a couple of things that just really surprised me. Not indicative of what you would think if you see the score. The time of possession and total yardage by the Cardinals is just dominating Middletown.
Well, and double the amount of plays. More than double the amount. 40 plays to 18.
Right.
And, you take away that 85-yard pass. And
how many yards are they sitting at? You take away that
169-yard totals they had, and then you subtract the 85.
They have 169 total.
Wow. 85. Subtracting that from 169 is a 4.
And another 8.
And then another 8.
So more than half of their yards came from that one play.
How about that?
Exciting stuff here in the first half.
But you know what?
The Cardinals set up to kick off left to right on your television screens.
271 yards rushing, though. Again, they did have 2 series end there in the second quarter with field goal attempts that both sailed wide of the goalposts.
Yeah, and the one they got almost to the 20-yard line, brought in the tank formation, and then went to some little cute reverse, which they were just slamming the ball. You just keep that power football going. You got a first-year coordinator, first-year quarterback. I think they outcoached themselves with that play. Got a couple penalties, brought it back, and a couple missed field goals. Brings us to where we're at.
So we're getting ready to start here the second half. Cameron Ott is lined up at the 30. Ball is on the 40. He approaches, and we are underway. Ball is kicked, and it's a pooch kick. It's going to drop just past the 25-yard line. Picked up and returned to we'll call it the 32. That is where the Middletown Middies will take over a first down and 10 at their own 32-yard line. 53 slow to get up for the Middies.
Yeah, kind of interesting this year. Cameron Ott's got a big leg, and you mentioned it last year. I don't know if he's been hurt or something, but they've pretty much gone to the pooch kick all year.
Yeah,
he hasn't really attempted too many to try to get into the end zone. But
from what I've seen, I don't think he can.
If you've seen his warm-ups, he definitely can.
So they're making a conscious decision to not put the ball in the end zone?
Yeah, and maybe he's just not consistently doing it, so they don't want to risk it.
Yeah.
And if you're consistent with that pooch kick, you give the ball about the 30-yard line. That's good in high school. I'll take that.
Yeah, with this defense, it's a good point. All right, number 2 in motion. Once again, number 7.
Shotgun.
Kamari Fuller in the backfield. He takes it, hands it off once again. This time up to the 35, call it the 36-yard line. That was number 5, Josh Bryan, who I believe they're going to feed him the ball a lot this half.
They should.
They should.
Only 4 touches and 36 yards that first half. He's their dynamic playmaker.
He's their best player.
5 yards on that, or 4 yards efficient on that first down run.
Yeah, he had 36 yards in the first half.
Fully passes it across, and it is intercepted. Didn't see who number on it.
Well, you asked earlier who doesn't have an interception coming into the game. Well, that's the young man who didn't. Deshaun Pace steps right up, and all sorts of confusion on the Middletown.
I won't say
one receiver went for the screen, one receiver went for a streak. The quarterback threw at the little 5-yard in, and unfortunately the only person there was in white for the Cardinals.
Yeah, I don't think you said he stepped in it. He was as surprised as anybody. That ball was just hit him pretty much in the chest. He didn't have to move or step in anywhere. The quarterback threw it
I was
directly at
legitimately
him.
concerned that they just gave up another big pass play.
So Colerain's going to take the ball to Middletown 28 to start this series.
Just fakes the handoff. Freddie Johnson keeps it and then pitches it late out to the wide side, taken down to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, Jalen Thomas going to pick up almost 9 yards on that play. Just a option to the weak side. A nice read by Freddie, and he pulls the ball back from the fullback. Well,
And you see your first halftime adjustment there.
Yep.
They go against the motion and snap it back going the other way.
Ball to 22-yard line. So only a 6-yard run. It seems like they're pulling the ball back. The referees are on some of these runs.
Well, yeah,
It's also
the clock operator. That you look where the flags are. It's about 7 yards. So I never really go too much by the scoreboard. I'll look to where
a little
the sticks
different
are.
formation.
Yep, snap is back. Deshaun Pace takes a direct snap. He runs it across the middle, gets it out across the 20. Going to be, I think, just short of the first down.
Yeah, they brought in Elijah Ford and Deshaun Pace there. And just straight.
Yeah, it's almost a wildcat formation.
Haven't seen that yet this year.
I know, that's the first time we've ever seen that.
How about that? That's interesting.
The only time we've ever done that was not on purpose, but years ago when
and they've got it again. MJ Flowers, Deshaun Pace lined in at quarterback. Freddie Johnson's not even on the field. Interesting.
Yeah, he is. He's just spread wide.
Deshaun Pace takes it. He tries to stiff arm a defender, and he gets tackled in the backfield for a loss. Once again, number 8.
Well, when you do something different, you put your best player with those direct snap, you're not defending anybody else. You're sending all 11 guys at the obvious playmaker in that play. Celebrate, you'll lose a couple yards, and it's 4th down and 3.
So Jalen Thomas comes back on the field. Lawson Sandusky comes onto the field. Elijah Ford and Brian Beavers exit the field.
Cardinals need about the 18.5-yard line.
Once again, this has kind of been the bugaboo for the Cardinals tonight is their inability to get these first downs deep in the Middletown Tory. Freddie Johnson back under center in the traditional formation. Takes the ball, fakes the pitch. It's a good pass out to MJ Flowers, who catches it, makes the guy miss. He's inside the 10-yard line. It'll be a first down for the Colerain Cardinals.
And it's the same play that's been there all night. They just finally connect on it. They run the fake little pitch and run the fullback out in the flat, and this time Freddie Johnson does it a little bit better. This time he just kind of floats it, and MJ Flowers has to wait for it to get there, but he makes the catch, nearly trips over himself in open space. He would have had the first down regardless.
So excited that he was that far open.
It's a big 15-year-old. He's learning how to grow into his body and develop his talent. They're saying his knee was down at the 12, so it'll be first down and 10 at the 12-yard line. Snap is back again to Deshaun Pace. He takes it up the middle. He's going to get it inside the 5-yard line. He might have enough for the first down. We'll see where they mark it. He's going to be
watching I always like to watch the sidelines when we play. The Colerain ball men, as we call it, are very good at spotting it for Colerain.
Once again, Deshaun Pace takes a direct snap. He's going to run wide, try and get into the end zone, cuts it up and in. Touchdown, Cardinals. Deshaun Pace with the direct snap at quarterback takes it into the end zone for 6.
Another defensive there, and he say wide. He really didn't go wide. He just kind of took one step to the side, just kind of where's the hole.
That looked really easy.
Well, it's kind of a read of that. He overloaded everything to the left side, and Middletown shifted that way, and there were less defenders to the right, so he just had one man to run over, and at 6'2", 205 pounds, he just got that 1 yard easy. I think he's got kind of his option where he reads that quarterback. I wouldn't even call it a draw. It's a quarterback dive.
Sandusky to snap. Prather to hold. Ought to kick.
It was not a good snap, but great hold. Kick is up, and kick is good.
I'm going to take it from you, but 9:07 to play here in the third quarter. It's your Colerain Cardinals 21, the Middletown 87. I literally cannot see past the entire field, past the 32. I got a kind of an angle to about the goal, the pylon, the far pylon. Anything else in the rest of that triangle that's formed there, I cannot see.
Do we have any new joiners or any new comments here in the chat room? Or are we still talking
don't
about soup?
At the moment.
Come on, folks. Awful quiet tonight.
We do have 134 million viewers right now.
Fantastic.
He's making things up again.
Okay, maybe I added a couple zeros to the
He's
end.
added a bunch of zeros to nothing.
In fact, all I did was add zeros. It's just 134, which not bad at all.
You know what? Those are diehard Cardinal fans who are wherever they are on a Friday night, whether they're sitting at home or they're out and about, having a good time, they're listening, they're watching, and we appreciate it. We really, truly do. take this minute to remind all of you, if you have not already, join the boosters. Every little bit that you can give, and we've got lots of different programs that we can offer you to help donate to the boosters and make a difference in the lives of every single kid at Colerain High School, Colerain Middle, and White Oak Middle who participate in any extracurricular activity. We encourage you to go to the website, click on the More menu, and you will see an entire boosters menu, and one of them says, sign up for the boosters. Do that today.
Pop-up kick taken about the 15-yard line. Middletown looking for a block, strings it outside. There's a flag behind the play.
One can only assume that it's against the return team.
Yep. Gets the ball out to the 26, but they're not going to leave the ball right there. Referees talking about it.
I know the player will leave the ball there, but the referees won't. They'll move it back.
So it is a legal use of hands on the Middletown middies. It is a spot foul.
Now is it
flag thrown at the 26, so that's going to take it all the way back to the 16.
Now is it West Claremont Walnut Hills is in the fourth quarter.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
West Claremont scored again. They lead Walnut Hills 17-7. Walnut Hills is one of those teams.
Lose.
Well, there's two teams right now that but can basically playing their way out of the playoffs is Princeton and Walnut Hills. But if they both lose, one of them might move in there. Lebanon losing to Wayne, trying to fight to get in the R4 as well. R4 Region 4 playoffs.
So Middletown's going to take over at their own 16.
First down and 10 for the middies. Fuller takes the ball, hands it off. Well defended by the Colerain Cardinals.
Turf Monster gets him right there, tries to plant his feet. A lot of penetration there by the Colerain Cardinals,
Yeah, that
but
was number 5.
kind of tripped over himself. He's actually going to lose about a yard and a half.
Yep.
Yeah, it looked like he had the space there. Now, he wasn't going to get a monster
Well,
gain, but at least 3 or 4 yards.
Yeah, did a stutter step trying to draw the defense and kind of juked himself out.
Kamari Fuller, 5'10", 185-pound junior.
Yeah, 2nd 11. They're back to the still in the shotgun, 4 wide receivers. Trying to draw Colerain off with a hard count, and looks like they've done it.
Dante Corleone and Michael Best both jumped on that.
Well, if you're going to jump, make it an efficient jump, and by that I mean
I will say we talked about penalties in the pregame and how the Cardinals needed to clean it up, and they certainly have done that tonight. Only a handful of penalties on the Cardinals this evening, and with their extensive time of possession, that really does speak a lot. Snap back to Fuller. He takes it, throws it across the middle. It is incomplete. In and out of the hands of the intended receiver, number 12, Braylon Millen.
Yeah, he caught the big 85-yard touchdown earlier. They tried to just get him just a little turn-in pattern right along the end line. Well covered there by Sean Williamson.
well covered, but the pass was there to be caught. It hit him in the hands, and he just went through him. You talk about those penalties, though. If you would have said that same statement on the first drive, there was 3, almost 4 penalties. I can't remember exactly on that first drive.
Yeah, it didn't start off good, that's for certain.
So it's 3rd down and 7.
Once again, in the shotgun, with Josh Bryant back there, drops back to Fuller, looks to pass. Elijah Ford is back there, can't make the tackle, but Kendall comes up and makes the tackle. 3-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 4th down and 9, maybe 10 for the middies.
Elijah Ford does a good job. He covers the running back out of the backfield, but he's at the blind side of the quarterback. So with that play action, he allows the running back to get behind him. Kind of a delayed blitz, gets right there, doesn't make the tackle, but allows the defense to collapse around him.
Yep, that was Xander Kendall, the 5'11", 220-pound linebacker, junior.
Deshaun Pace back deep for
The Cardinals.
Yeah, Langendorf's going to be setting up inside his 5. He's been kicking away from Pace all night.
So Pace, who just scored the first touchdown of the second half on that Wildcat keeper, back to field the punt, and that's just going to –
Oh, it takes a midi bounce. It landed at about the 43 midi line and then bounced all the way into Colerain territory. Let's see where the referees mark it. I think they're going to mark it right at the 45 for the Cardinals. So,
couple interesting score updates. Sycamore scores a touchdown, 2-point conversion. Good. Mason, Sycamore, all tied up at 14.
the Battle of the Skies.
That's a good nickname.
That's what they call it. Aviators, Comets.
Oh.
Wow. Really?
Oh.
I get it.
Okay. All right. Yes. It's very funny. All right. Cardinals back on the field now. Their own 45-yard line. 1st and 10, leading 21-7. Looking to add that lead. Lawson Sandusky in there at fullback. And he gets a late pitch from Freddie Johnson, who's going to pick up 5 yards on the run. I don't know how Freddie Johnson made that pitch.
Here's the thing, though. If Freddie Johnson gets it, he just got it away. It floated a little bit. If he gets a clean pitch, Lawson Sandusky has a lane to go to, but he had to wait just a half second, and that hole kind of closed, but he still picks up 4.5 yards on the play.
Yeah, we'll take that because Freddie Johnson was under what I would call significant duress. Back under center. Jalen Thomas now in, and he takes the jet sweep around the right side. He moves up the field. He breaks tackles. He breaks multiple tackles. He's deep into Middletown territory. Takes it all the way down to the 20-yard line. Huge run for Jalen Thomas tonight. And the Cardinals have another first down in the red zone.
And again, Jalen Thomas does it again on this drive. He does a great job of reading his blocker. Lawson Sandusky is the edge blocker on that play. His man goes to the outside. Lawson Sandusky pushes him that way, and he cuts it right up on the side of him, and he gets a big gain for the Cardinals.
Yeah, you know what? He's only had, up to that point, he had 5 carries and 76 yards, averaging 15 yards a touch tonight. He got a lot more than that on that time. So.
I'm telling you, I think Jalen Thomas is the solution in the backfield. I really do. I mean, I just he's so good, and he runs so hard. You like to have that senior back there. So Sandusky in motion. There's a handoff to MJ Flowers over the middle. He takes about 4 middies with him. There's a pile up, a scrum, if you will.
And we may not
picks up about 7 yards on the play.
We might not be. First of all, that's the wrong terminology.
Is it?
It might not be Tokyo 2019, but a little bit of Rugby World Cup impersonation there by the middies and Cardinals as we saw that maul at the point of attack by MJ Flowers.
Do you have any idea what he's talking about?
Right now,
you're the one that started it.
Right
you
now,
made the rugby
right now, currently going on
to play rugby for UC.
Right now, currently in Tokyo, throughout Japan is the 2019 World Cup.
So Flowers,
the second most watched sporting event in the world.
Flowers comes out of the ball game. Hamza in the backfield.
Freddie Johnson takes it, drops back. Several guys miss. He's into the open field. He takes it down inside the 5-yard line. It's another first down run for the Colerain Cardinals.
I don't think that's Hamza at fullback. That's 18, and that's Ronnie.
That's Ronnie Williams.
Ronnie Williams.
Yep. There is a stable of backs and offensive players for the Cardinals. And I think that the offensive coaching staff is just trying to figure out, as you said a little bit, Brian, earlier, about getting their identity.
Everybody's good. But everybody's good. They're looking for that one person with a little bit of extra.
Right. I think that's Jalen Thomas. I really do. I really, really do.
Yeah, but he's you can't.
There's Freddie Johnson. Takes it around end. Follows MJ Flowers into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals. Freddie Johnson on the 4-yard rush.
And they went back to the tank formation. Freddie Johnson following Deshaun Pace into the end zone for 6 points.
Yeah, Middletown getting up a little bit slower after every play on this defensive line. This offensive line from Colerain wearing it out. And Colerain is coming out this second half with a little bit of an attitude. You know, that you've outplayed this team, but only up by 7 at halftime. I would have liked to have been in that. Well, maybe not. I would have loved it because I love that kind of stuff. But they've come out the locker room with 2 possessions and 2 scores. So setting up for the extra point.
Brandon's talking to me. I have no idea what he's saying. I'm sorry.
He's looking for scores in that. So the snap is back. The hold is down. The kick is up. And it's good.
With 5:07 to play in the third quarter, it's the Colerain Cardinals 28. The Middletown Middies 7.
So they've already doubled their scoring in the third quarter from what they had the entire first half. So something has changed. Again, we've always said that
execution.
It's execution, but there's something about the Cardinals staff. Colerain has always had great halftime adjustments. They just have. They've always made good second half adjustments, and they're doing it again tonight. So what was a 14-7 lead, kind of a nail biter where one play could change everything. Now you've opened up a 3-touchdown lead on the middies, and you definitely can see some heads hanging on the middie sideline. I mean,
another upset brewing. Number 1 team in the country, Matter Day, is down a touchdown.
To who?
St. John's of Washington, D.C.
That's the team, St. John's, that is rumored to be
really good.
Maybe on their way to Cincinnati next year to play our Cardinals in Week 1.
Or St. X.
Hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's us. I think we'll be ready for a team like that next year. Although I got to tell you, if anybody follows the national high school scale, it is ridiculous what some of these preparatory academies and these
football factories,
Saint schools do with their recruiting. There's Cameron Ott once again with a kick, and it kicks off the side of his foot. It's kind of a line drive kick taken at the 10-yard line. This could be problems, except that Lawson Sandusky wraps himself around that return man, and he only gets it out to the 26-yard line. 26 from Middletown is hobbling off.
Yeah, the returner took it at the 10-yard line, as you said. Not very high kick kind of line drive, so it was returnable.
Right.
But Lawson Sandusky found a lane through those up man, and bam! I tell you what, it's a valuable player, Lawson Sandusky. He does a little bit of everything. He is not a starter, except for punting, but there's
and long snapper.
Yeah, he long snaps. He plays some wide receiver. He plays some wing back. It's great having
Backup quarterback.
Backup. Yeah.
He gets a backup.
Back up to the backup.
He is everything. You're right.
He's one of those guys that
trades.
make a quality team a little bit better.
Fuller takes it, fakes the handoff, passes it down once again, low and incomplete. Intended number 2, Deion Brown. Yep, Deion Brown.
And that's just the Colerain defense, and it's not a bad read by Kamari Fuller.
Right.
But the Colerain said, all right, you're going to have to make a perfect pass, put it right through this window between these DBs and linebackers. The hole was there, but it's a very tight window that not a lot of high school quarterbacks can get.
And with the play action, the rush is right there, so you don't have that much time to make that decision.
2nd down and 10. Snap is back. Pass is once again intended, and that's going to be flags for really no apparent reason.
Well,
those were just 2 guys running next to each other, and one of them fell down.
No. I disagree with you, Chris.
You
Sean Williamson kind of cut him off, slowed down, and went shoulder to shoulder. There was some contact. As Brandon said earlier, there's no uncatchable, but he definitely impeded the pass right there. But
hold on, excuse me. Does the DB not also have a right to the ball?
Yes,
thought
but the ball was nowhere near him.
Ball. He wasn't playing the ball.
He was anticipating the post, but the wide receiver looked back, and the post wasn't there. It never broke in.
So the ball was set at the 31-yard line.
But
it is a pass interference call against the Cardinals.
It's a 10-yard penalty. Unlike one of the referees just tried to mark it off as a spot foul, like they would do in college.
In the NFL.
Actually,
in the NFL. Yeah, so that only takes it out to the 41 of the Middletown.
So it's effectively a 10-yard penalty against the Cardinals. It'll be 1st down and 10 at the 41-yard line. Ball is in the air. On the snap, quarterback fumbled it and then fell on it and recovered it.
Fuller kind of bobbled it. L.T. Johnson nearly caught it in midair, getting to the quarterback. Either way, Kamari Fuller was in trouble there, but he'll fall onto the ball for a loss of 3 on the play.
Yeah, LT, he was right there, and I tell you what, you saw him in disgust throw his hands up in the air because he knew he.
Well, he had to guess. He had to guess: do I put my hands high over top or low? And he guessed low.
And if he gets that right, he's walking into the end zone. But great penetration by the Colerain defense.
There's a handoff once again to Bryant. He runs through the hole, and
again?
it closed quickly. But that was, I'll tell you what. That's arguably our player of the game right there, number 8, although I don't know if Freddie Johnson's going to make a good run for it.
Or Jalen Thomas.
Xander Kendall from his middle linebacker position.
Did you guys not pay attention like week 3 at all or week 2 at all?
I didn't notice.
Xander Kendall?
I didn't notice it until last week.
He totally forgot his name last week.
I forget names week to week. I forget my own name.
I do too, but Xander Kendall's been a starting middle linebacker all year.
I know.
He's very good. He's kind of taken a bit of a spotlight away from Bess, or at least helped him out a little bit.
Well, you think you focus on Bess and it opens up Kendall.
Yep, there you go. Here comes Bess to the middle, trying to put some pressure. Pass is complete across the middle to number 13, tackled by number 10, but not until he gets all the way out to we'll call it the Colerain 30. Where are they going to mark it? The 37-yard line.
And that's just a good executed play there by Middletown. They protected the quarterback. Colerain Cardinals brought the house on 3rd and long.
That was Elijah Rockhold with the catch.
They protected Fuller, and he throws it right underneath where the blitz came from.
So 1st down and 10 for the Middies. They're moving quickly down 3 scores. Passes out to number 5. He's going to get positive yards. Lower his helmet and take it out down to the 35-yard line. So just a 2-yard pickup on that play. Clock stops.
What a kind spot.
Really? They're taking him past the 35?
Yes.
Huh.
Down to the 34.
All right, so down to the 34-yard line.
Yeah, just a bunch package, just a little screen pass to the outside.
So a 3-yard pickup on that. It'll be 2nd down.
Colerain's got a player down. They're going to have to get a substitution. Yeah, referees see him.
Yeah, well, he lied down right in front of the ref.
Well, he was trying to get off to the sidelines.
Yeah, it's one of those plays where he's limping to the sidelines. But like the coach was like, well, if you're limping to the sidelines, we can get caught with 12 men on the field, or are you unprepared to just go down?
Just get down.
Well, that's Dante Corleone, and he's trying to run to the sidelines, but it's very hard to run when your legs are cramping.
Well, that was the funny part. These cramp.
That's funny? You're laughing?
Well, no, it's funny because it's just a cramp. But the way he kind of fell because the sidelines told him, get down, get down. He just fell straight on his face and kind of just laid there.
Have you ever seen those? I'm going to stop right there.
Yeah.
You know what? That's the smartest thing you've ever said, Brian. I'm just going to stop right there.
Well,
the sidelines
you made the reference how hot it was today. Remember when he got shot with the dart?
Who got shot with the dart?
Jim Carrey.
Oh, yes.
He was running off to the sidelines and was almost tranquilized right there. He just went down.
Yes, that was.
And hopefully, yeah, it is just a cramp. It is about as humid as we've had in a game.
I'm sorry, you went back and made an Ace Ventura 2 reference again. I mean, that was back in the first quarter. I'm sorry. I wasn't pulling that one. That's a great movie. It's got some of the best one-liners.
All righty.
So we're back to, second down and 7, ball at the Colerain 34.
Yep.
Trips to the right for the middies.
Again, Josh Bryant in the backfield, and he's going to get the handoff, and he's going to take it up the left side, and he's into the open. He got tripped, but he's still on his feet. He gets past the defender, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown. Well-executed play by the Middletown Middies to get 6 points on the board.
Stopped in the backfield, but he runs through the arm tackle. Not a lot of anybody in the second level there to make that tackle.
Just a straight handoff, I think. Nothing super special there, but that's Josh Bryant being Josh Bryant. He's a very talented football player. And we said at halftime we thought he'd see a lot more touches in the second half as he should have seen in the first. And he's making the most of it. So put 6 more on the board for the Middies, extra point pending.
Yeah, look to both sidelines. Trainers are working night.
Kick is somehow through with 3:08 to play. Middies strike back, but it's the Colerain Cardinals 28. The Middletown Middies 14.
I
have no idea how that kick went through.
Me neither, because I can't see that.
It must have went through the
It's just a line drive kick.
It looked like he shanked it left though.
No, it's just a line drive kick. I mean, line drive. I mean,
It looked like
it came out of a cannon.
You know, in soccer, where they put it in the upper 90, it's like he kicked it in the lower 90.
There you go. I don't know what that means, but
The right angle.
of the corner of the
Yeah,
goalpost.
90.
I
See,
got
a
you.
right angle is 90 degrees.
Yes, I understand that. I just didn't know what 90-degree angle you were talking about.
We're watching a football game, and my son is talking about rugby and soccer.
I know. I don't know where you failed really with this one, but somewhere along the line.
Honestly, no. Let's go back to this.
Who's down for Middletown?
There's a player.
There is about 3 guys on the Middletown side. There's two guys. The training tables are full right now with guys just cramping up.
What other right angle is there on the goalpost?
There's 4.
I didn't know if you meant the right angle that was created by the imaginary line from the goalpost going down to the ground and then coming on the inside side. That would in fact be the lower 90, which is what I thought maybe you could have.
There's no post there. It's imaginary. It's not really there.
Well, you do know that that's a straight line, and straight lines go on in perpetuity.
They don't. Not when there's a physical object there.
That's it. I quit.
If my wife is still listening to this right now, she's like, oh my God. She's a math teacher, and she's thinking, oh, my husband is screwing up geometry so bad.
I have an engineering degree, okay?
You somehow think that makes you qualified to speak about right angles?
No, it just means I'm a really good
I drove a train once.
Yeah, I think being 6 and doing it at the mall doesn't count, Brian. I do appreciate the enthusiasm.
Nah,
Yes, but being 46 and doing it at the mall, really cool. The cops don't like it.
It was at the zoo.
But at the zoo.
The guy went on break and he just got in.
Yep.
You know, I know that's a fun story to tell because it's not true, but...
So onside kick, Colerain Card. We got an onside kick attempt, but offsides.
Yeah, it wasn't anything by formation. The kicker just went straight at it, popped it straight in the air, and they looked at...
The two up Cardinals just looked at each other.
Well, they heard the whistle.
Oh, is that why
they stopped? They 33 Jarman went to go catch it, but then there was a whistle, and he just kind of looked away. And I think Hamza kind of gave him a look like, why didn't you catch that? Like the whistle blew.
Well, it was kind of interesting, too. If you were scouting on the team, they had their kicker has kicked the ball into the end zone. Each time he's kicked it, they had a different kicker that time. They had Angel Rivera in there for the special, I guess he's a specialty onside kick.
And he is not in there now, correct?
Nope. They made the switch.
So now they're presumably
back to
going
Mason
to
Darth.
try and put this ball into the end zone or very, very close to it.
But he's kicking from the 35. They lost 5 yards on that onside.
Offsides. So there's the kick. It's a line drive kick, and it's going to fall short. Taken at the 5-yard line. The Cardinals are going to get a chance to return it. Straight up the middle does. Number 10, he's got it all the way to the 35. He's going to be taken down at about the 38-yard line.
Sean Williamson with a nice return.
Sean Williamson, another one of those talented juniors, 6 foot, 160 pounds.
Another Middletown Midi down on the play.
This is going to be where the second half gets extended due to the heat and the cramps. Just cannot cannot stress enough the need to properly prepare yourself for these hot games.
And that involves keeping your body cool.
Yeah, as hot and as humid as it is in the booth, if you've ever played on these turf fields, the padding in it is the black rubber pellets. They hold heat. It's 15 to 20 degrees warmer on the field than it is in the stands.
Couple score updates. Oak Hills scored again, but so did Hamilton. 24-14. Hamilton leads Oak Hills, and the floodgates have opened. Fairfield 33. Lakota West still stuck at 7.
Yeah, that's not a surprise. Fairfield has got an absolutely dynamic offense. I mean, Jatan
they
McClain is impressive.
Let's be clear. They have
the most dynamic
player.
running back. I believe
Jatan McClain has a touchdown run of 50-plus yards and one. He just broke one that was 68 yards.
And he had one earlier that was 48 yards.
Has he signed with anybody yet?
Kentucky.
Yes, going to Kentucky.
Mostly due to the fact that Ohio State and UC are kind of set running back, but
wants to play. I can understand that. There's a handoff to Jalen Thomas, who on the sweep now this time goes right to left.
How about
Good
this?
tackle in the open field, but he's going to have, I think, 7 yards on that first down run.
Yeah, that's probably his shortest run of the day.
That was a good tackle in the open field. I didn't see which many that was.
he had a 71-yarder too.
Are you kidding? So how many yards is he at?
So he's got 5 touchdowns over 50 yards.
I told you before the night started he was going to run wild on that team. You're like, no, he's not. No, he's not. So, okay.
I didn't say anything to the contrary.
So second down
I
and
just thought
5.
Lakota West would score more.
Colerain ball at their own 44.
Once again, now it's Lawson Sandusky who takes it the other way. He doesn't tuck it. He plants his foot and he looks to run. He's going to take it into Midi territory past the 50, all the way down to the 47-yard line. First down Cardinals, Lawson Sandusky.
Yeah, one thing about having a stable of running backs right there, you got fresh legs. Everybody's cramping out there. Both teams kind of struggling with a little bit. They've conditioning issues right now, but when you got 4, 5, 6 guys that can run the ball, you can keep some fresh legs on the field.
And that's exactly what the Cards have done. They've been really injury cramp free tonight, except for Corleone's drop a little bit earlier, but the offense is fresh. And Lawson Sandusky remains out there, as well as Jalen Thomas and MJ Flowers at fullback. And there goes Lawson Sandusky. He fakes that pitch this time. Freddie Johnson looks to throw it across the middle, and it is incomplete.
Lots of contact right there.
Yep, but no pass interference, no flags of any kind, and pass intended for number 16, Isaiah Myers, the big sophomore.
Yeah, got double covered right there, just on the post route. Freddie had a little bit of time. Let him, it's hard to overthrow a guy at 6'4", but I think the contact slowed his momentum down, which caused the pass to go just a little bit in front of him.
More importantly, though, it's a good play design as the ball really was going to get to Myers' hands or nobody's. So clock stops now, second down and 10. Under 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Cardinals up 28-14. There's a handoff to Jalen Thomas. He follows the blockers through the middle and gets hit hard by number 10 of the Middletown Middies and goes down immediately.
And he's going to get his team a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah. You know what, though? I wish you could see, if we hit a replay, if we could see a video, he comes flying up from his safety position as Kelvin Shealy, but he makes his contact with the running back on his back.
Yep.
Back-to-back contact, but he hit him so hard he went backwards. But I believe they're going to get him
he left his feet into the head. It's an unsportsmanlike conduct.
That's exactly the call here by the head referee.
You can celebrate that it's a big hit, but it's an illegal hit.
So unsportsmanlike penalty call against the Middletown Middies.
Was it for projecting himself there, or was it a celebration after the play?
No,
yes.
It was for projecting himself and leaving his feet. He took Thomas down in his tracks, and I thought to myself, I don't know that anyone can do that on this field for the Middies, to take Thomas down.
Well, as I said,
if he left his feet and projected himself, I could see that being a possibility. So either way, it's a 15-yard penalty against the Middies. So it's a first down for the Cardinals inside the 30-yard line. Mark it at the 27, first down and 10. Sandusky in motion. Freddie Johnson now on the counter, hands off to Jalen Thomas, and he takes up the middle. There's no one there. Touchdown, Cardinals. Jalen Thomas, our WeAreColerain.com player of the game.
There's still a whole quarter to play.
left.
All right, so
Wow.
I'm excited. I mean, honestly, who else are you giving it to? He's been on fire tonight.
Well, if he was on fire, someone should put him out.
Their Middies are trying.
That was bad, Brandon.
They are not succeeding. That was a beautiful play
James
call.
Cruz,
Just the
class
right
of
time.
1994, listening in, thinks that was a great joke.
Well, God bless you, James. Brandon needs someone here.
So, yeah, back to the counter.
It would have been worse if I made an Alicia Keys reference, because that girl is on fire.
That girl. Oh, you're right. You're right. That's exactly right. That's what she says.
Someone should get her some water. I can't see the kick.
Tyler Prather on to hold.
Sandusky the snap.
Snap is back. Hold is down. Kick is up. Almost blocked. Got some
Cameron
pressure there on the edge,
Ott's
but Cameron
kick is good.
How do you know that?
I just assumed by the reaction on the sidelines.
Okay.
With 1:18 to play in the third quarter, the score Cardinals 35. The Middies of Middletown 14.
And the first person to celebrate with the offense to come off the field, Mr. Energy himself, Coach Rod.
Coach Rod brings a level of intensity and excitement
That's
and
a polite way of
focus
putting it.
to
He's
this
a
team.
nut.
Couple score updates.
Yeah. One of my favorite people on this team.
No doubt about it.
This coaching staff.
Good people. They're all good people.
Mason scores, punches in with 7 minutes to play in their game. Upset is no longer brewing, but it's still out there. Potentially, Bethel Tate was leading 14-0 over CHCA. Touchdown by CHCA on 4th and goal. They've tied it up at 14.
It's a lot of explaining for
Anything
a
in
tie game.
Lakota East?
Yeah, what's going on there?
I haven't seen a Lakota East update in a long time.
Princeton had some great individual talent on the field last
Princeton broke a tackle for a 65-yard touchdown. 2-point conversion's good. Game is tied at 21.
week. How about that? Wasn't that 21-9 at one point?
21-7.
21-7? Okay.
At half.
How about that? So Princeton with 2 unanswered touchdowns. That's a good game brewing out there. Brewing.
So Cameron Ott tees it up at the 40. Ben Pooch kicking it, just kind of popping it up lately.
You know what else you can brew? Stew. You can brew with stew.
Stew is better than soup.
Bean soup?
I agree.
Just like pie is better than cake.
I agree with that as well. Say pooch kick.
Wait, and nobody's covering it for the Middletown.
Yep, the Middies pick it up inside the 10-yard line. Colerain is there, and they immediately tackle the player inside the 10 all the way down to the 7. Very odd play there. The pooch kick bounced, and 2 Middie players ran away from it.
I really wish I could have saw it.
Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication. He kicked. There's just a front guy in front of the deep man, and he kicked it in between. And I guess maybe the deep man thought it was going to maybe bounce out of bounds, so he went ahead, and there was nobody back there.
Chris, I'm leaning almost in your lap. I still can't see this corner of the
Which
field.
is a great visual on radio.
I'm just letting people know.
It doesn't matter.
I'm leaning back. You're not in my lap. There's no touching.
If I want to see this corner of the field, I might have to.
Can you?
So Middletown Middies break the huddle, and they're going to take the
Oh,
field.
my God, he's standing up.
The ball at their own 7-yard
I
line.
don't want to unplug any of the cords I
Well, I
might step on.
understand. Why don't you move the chair out of the way if you're going to stand up?
Well,
Just kick it back.
you know, it's a lot of effort.
There's a whole lot of effort going on here right now.
Can't.
So back to the shotgun formation, 3 wide receivers.
Yep.
He's looking to pass.
Fuller's got some time, and he passes it deep down the field, and it is incomplete over the head of the intended receiver all the way out to midfield. So number 12 was the intended receiver, Braylon Million, but Fuller had some time back there, and he's got a good arm. He threw it.
I
but
don't
now
know.
there's
I don't know
somebody
what
down.
the injury is, but I think Fuller's arm got hit on a lineman. The lineman was down there. Fuller's holding his arm.
Well, no, 50.
No, that's 53. He's had that's Justin Ferrer. He's been hit cramping issues.
Yep.
I know, but Fuller is holding his shoulder like he got hit.
Yeah, it was just a fly pattern down a single coverage. I believe that was Sean Williamson on coverage. Ball was kind of uncatchable. That ball was about 3 yards
Well, that
out
was
of
a good
bounds.
defense. It was an out and up. He didn't bite at all on the double move.
Yep, no, he ran with him, stride for stride. So 2nd down and 10 now for the Middies. Snap is back. Looks to throw. Pass is incomplete.
Yeah, slot receiver runs about a 7-yard in. He throws about a 12-yard in. Nobody there, incomplete.
So the wheels kind of coming off
Very
here.
interesting for Middletown. You kind of had success on the last drive with the run and stuck inside your own 10-yard line. You go back-to-back passes.
Yeah, it is interesting. Yeah, especially when you've got a guy like Josh Bryant on the
Well,
team.
one of your starting offensive linemen is out there, so maybe you just don't trust that. So probably look for a draw at this point.
I look for LT Johnson to get some pressure.
Josh Bryant in the backfield. And he is going to get the handoff and take it right into the middle and not get anywhere. Because he runs into a fellow by the name of Donovan. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was
Dante Corleone.
It was Dante Corleone, and also number 8 again in on that tackle.
Xander Kendall.
Xander Kendall.
So that'll be 4th down. Ball only at the 5-yard line. Doing a good job so far, Michael Langendorf, the punter, but he'll be kicking from the shadow of his own end zone.
And Deshaun Pace standing on the Middie 35-yard line.
Yeah, Colerain really hasn't tried to put much pressure on him.
It's a very slow snap, but I think the Cardinals are more concerned about just catching it and not letting it bounce.
Well, Middletown had a worldwide spread on their punt line.
Yeah, Deshaun. Oh, that ball was off of the ground.
And that ball straight up in the air.
That was awfully close to being a safety as well, not because the Cardinals
His knee.
tackled him, but because he was almost on a knee when he picked it up off.
Yeah, the ball was snapped low. It bounced to him.
So no return for the Cardinals. Again, to kind of recap here.
Don't need one.
Don't need one as the ball was kind of snapped and the punter picked it up off the ground at the back of the end zone, punted it away, and went out of bounds at the 32-yard line. And that is where Colerain will take over first down and 10 when they come out on offense with 11 seconds to go here in the third quarter, up 35-14.
I mean, not to be selfish here, but I'd really like for them to get one play not as a touchdown so they come back in this other direction so I can get a full view of it.
I understand.
So I can't see.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. That's why I said not to be selfish here, but
not
being selfish.
Not to be selfish, but to be completely
It's
selfish.
all about me. So Colerain's going to take the ball. Freddie Johnson's still under center, double wing formation.
A little bit tighter now on the offensive line. There goes.
Halfback
Pass.
Oh! Halfback pass. They go to the throwback, and that was a great read by Cheek Fall. He reads it, steps in front of the quarterback, but that's why he plays defense. That ball hit him in the hands, and he was running before he caught it. He had easy touchdown right there.
I mean, that easiest touchdown you'll ever have.
And I don't know if that was designed quarterback throwback, and I don't think it was
Because
he's not running to the sidelines. He's kind of just a safety valve.
I think he was an outlet receiver. They were looking for the post pattern to the big sophomore just streaking down the field. He was well covered.
The Cardinals go 4 wide.
Freddie Johnson in the backfield takes the ball, and there's flags everywhere.
Yeah, I think that little late snap right there. Your fullback was moving before the ball was snapped going forward.
Dead ball. Illegal procedure.
So I'm not sure if that was on the center being slow or the fullback being a little bit early, but either way.
The answer to your question is yes.
So that is a 5-yard penalty against the Cardinals. These ticky-tack things all kind of add up. I mean, again, you're not even in the fourth quarter yet. We're very close, 5 seconds to go. But you really want to see them operate cleanly at this point of the game and not get cute with things. You've got a 3-touchdown lead.
But also with a 3-touchdown lead, maybe the Cardinals offensive coordinator wants to try something a little different.
Fair point. Fair point.
Work on a different aspect of the game.
So once again, now we've got more traditional wing formation. Freddie Johnson takes it, pitches it to Jalen Thomas, who's got it. He's going to try and pick up 15 yards for the first down. He's going to do it. He's going to get pushed out of bounds, but not until he gets past the 20-yard line. It'll be another first down for the Colerain Cardinals.
I don't know what Coach Rod – oh, he's signaling his team to run to the other sideline to the end of the quarter. After 3 quarters of play here at Colerain High School – or at Middletown Field.
Barnett Stadium.
Barnett Stadium. Colerain Cardinals lead the Middletown Middies 34-14.
Somewhere in Ohio, North Dayton.
You have the same. You're getting the same problem he has.
Coach Rod can run that.
Runs faster than your mouth.
Well, Coach Rod, I'm just trying to figure out what Coach Rod was doing, running onto the field like fist pumping, and then I realized he's trying to get his team end of the quarter, the switch sides, fourth quarter, run to the other side. But I was a little concerned at first, like, what? Did he just go crazy? He's running on the field fist pumping. What he was doing.
He's been crazy for quite some time.
Well,
we're going to go just score bananas here in the fourth quarter around the city as games are coming to a conclusion.
Final.
Brandon's going to
Elder defeats Ryle
like
49-7.
49-7. I told you Ryle would score.
I have not got an update of the Mason is trying to run out the clock. They lead Sycamore 21-14.
Sycamore, I'll tell you what, those Aves, they cannot buy a win versus Mason. I mean, even in the years that they're clearly better than Mason, which I thought this was a year that it was blatantly obvious that they were better than the Comets, they are going to look like they're going to lose to them. It's unbelievable. I mean, it doesn't matter from now Brian can't say anything. Here it's all right. Freddie Johnson under center, takes the ball, hands it off to MJ Flowers. He makes 2 or 3 guys miss. He's got 2 guys on it back. Takes it down inside the 15.
On his back. He doesn't have 2 guys on a back.
In a back, on his back, and on his back. And on his
carrying
back.
the ball and carrying linebackers.
That's right.
Scored it from up north.
Really
Pick North scores a touchdown with 2 minutes to go. They lead Dublin Kaufman 29-21.
Well, for those of you Dublin Kaufman fans.
Well, that's a big game in Region 3.
Yes, it is a big game.
2.
I
Region
think
2.
Kaufman was undefeated.
But I think both teams are undefeated.
North was too? I did not know that.
So the
Oh, no,
ball-
Pick North is not very good this year. Yeah, that would be a huge upset.
Ball's on the 14, second down and 4.
See what they do here. Freddie Johnson, Lawson Sandusky in motion. He takes a speed
Oh, he's
pitch
got
on the
space.
jet. He's got space. He cuts his foot. He looks like he's headed into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals. Lawson Sandusky, his first touchdown of the season, puts the Cardinals up 41-14.
Yeah, just a quick toss to the outside and great blocking by the wide receivers. Sandusky's is tremendous athlete. Shows some
really is
jets
a good
right there.
athlete.
He put it down, and he actually hit a defender. Had his hands on him. Not quick enough to slow him down. Not enough to get weight on him. But he dives into the end zone with the defender on his back. He goes in from 14.
First guy to meet him off the field is senior captain Deshaun Pace. Second guy, offensive coordinator Tyler Williams, who's having a conversation with him right now. Maybe it looks like he's actually giving him a little bit of instruction of maybe how he could have done that better. I don't know how he could have done it much better.
He's fixing his helmet.
Final, Fairfield 33, Lakota
Yes.
West 7.
He had a buckle issue. I just looked over there.
I'm sorry, what was that final?
33-7.
Extra point attempt is, I don't know what they're waiting on. Oh, is there a flag? There's a flag
Yeah,
on
the
play.
the guy in the far end of the Middletown line jumped.
I gotcha. I'm sorry, it was 33-7 was the final?
That is correct.
Fairfield over West?
That is correct.
All right.
With 2:54 remaining, Lakota East kicks a field goal. They lead Princeton 24-21.
That's a great game over
And that's essentially that. Now
you think
maybe
that's a playoff
maybe
game?
with Lebanon losing and
Walnut
Walnut
Hills.
Hills losing, it might not be. They might both make it, but that's a potential playoff game. Lakota East Princeton, both of those teams kind of that playing for that fifth spot in the GMC. Prather on the fake here on the extra point, and it's knocked away.
That's interesting. So that clearly is something they're trying to experiment with for later in the year because you're up 41-14. There's no reason not to kick the extra point, but they're trying to experiment there with Tyler Prather, the holder normally, in and trying to convert on a 2-point try. So, again, this is the game where you've got that lead and you experiment with things like that. And
Well, maybe-
Middletown defended it.
Well, maybe Princeton and Lakota East might be a playoff game with Lakota East winning. With 9 minutes remaining in their game, Lebanon just made it a one-score game against Wayne. They trailed 28-21.
Yeah, it's those second and third level points. It's going to be kind of strange with Sycamore now losing some of their points.
the way that-
Unvalued. Wayne
let's be-
not giving us any help.
Let's be clear how this is going to work. The winner of the GCL is going to be the 1 seed. The winner of the GMC will be
2 seed.
2 seed. The loser of the GMC and the GCL will somewhere be 3 or 4. And then the rest of the teams will be GMCs, the rest of the GMC. That's how Region 4 is going to go out because Moeller is not making it.
No.
And there's not the EEC teams. Walnut Hills right now is playing themselves out of it.
Right.
The GWalk team, Lebanon, playing themselves out of it if they can't win tonight. So it'll be 2 GCL schools and 6 GMC schools more than likely. Springboro maybe happy they're not, or wishes they were in our region this year because they are now officially 5-0.
Cameron Ott gets his foot under it. It's a pooch kick. Going to be caught on the fly at the 19-yard line. Taken by Middletown. Good defense by the Cardinals. Oh, good cut by the Middletown defender. He's going to take it up past the 35-yard line. He made the right decision there. Saw an opening, planted his foot, turned it upfield, and got it all the way up to the midi 38-yard line.
Okay, never mind.
They'll have it
I
first
was
down 10.
slightly concerned in that play initially because LT Johnson was limping off the field. It wasn't an injury. He just popped out of his shoe. He was limping to get himself back in his
Back
shoe.
into his shoe. Lace up them shoes, son. 11 minutes to go here in the game. Again, we thank you for joining tonight's broadcast. We are Colerain.com presenting Colerain Cardinal varsity football. Cards coming in tonight 3-1 on the year with their only blemish against the St. Xavier Bombers in week 2. Started off the GMC schedule 2-0, and tonight it looks like they're going to move to 3-0 and 4-1 overall.
It is a final. Mason defeats Sycamore 21-14.
Wow, that's surprising. That is surprising. That's a big win for Mason. Again, although I don't think Mason is going to get enough wins to qualify for the playoffs unless they turn some things around. There's a fake handoff and catch by number 37. He's going to have enough for the first down. Gets taken out of bounds.
Quick score right there, man. I think it's gone final. CHCA holds on. They score late and hold on. They avoid the upset over Bethel Tate 21-14.
Wow.
Thank goodness.
First and 10 for the Middies. Ball placed at their own 49-yard line on the short pass reception.
Olentangy and New Albany are tied at 35 with 2 minutes to play.
A couple substitutions. Devontae Kiner in the ball game for the Colerain Cardinals.
Devontae Kiner's been in the game the entire game.
There's a snap back. No foul or no penalty on the play. Pass is complete to number 13 inside the Cardinal 40, all the way down at the 37-yard line. And it's another first down completion.
I think that was a broken play on both ends.
That was just
the center snapped the ball because he thought that the Colerain Cardinals had jumped, but the referees say he didn't catch him off sides. No one was really prepared, but the Cardinal offense wasn't prepared either because no one moved except the receiver and the quarterback.
So there's Fuller again, rolling this time to his right, trying to complete a pass once again to 37, and this time it's incomplete in the flat.
Yeah,
Kendrick Bell.
Kendrick Bell is 6'1", sophomore.
So much for keeping it close. I said with 9 minutes to play that Lebanon got within one score. Wayne, 2 plays later, makes it 35-21. Maybe looking for their first win. Oak Hill scores with 5 minutes left.
Wow.
They are only trail Hamilton 24-21.
Wow. Number 2 in motion. Runs right to left. Snap is back to Fuller. He looks to pass, and it is complete to that number 2, who takes it in to Colerain territory even further, down inside the 25-yard line for another first down.
Yeah,
they're moving the ball at will now.
They've just gone to some timing routes. They've gone to little quick hitters, quick slants, quick hooks, quick outs, just about 8 yards. Not really allowing this Colerain team to get any penetration up the middle. He's pretty much catch it and throw it.
Coach Cutright, it almost feels like he's not going to be – well, it doesn't feel like he's not going to be upset with this because it almost feels like the Cardinals have kind of let off the gas here in defense.
There's no doubt. This series, they've definitely let off the little bit. There's a handoff to number 3 over the middle. Good pursuit by the Colerain defenders. Only going to pick up about 2 yards on that play.
Another flag on the play. It's going to be a holding.
We do have a final. We do have an upset for their first one of the year. West Claremont defeats Walnut Hills.
So that's going to be tough for Walnut Hills then the rest of the year.
I mean, they basically had to win one between the remaining games against Kings and Turpin. More than likely to kind of get to 8 wins, but they might have been okay with 7 wins. But right now, the way the schedule looks, they might only get 6, and that might not be enough to get by Princeton points-wise. If Princeton can get to 6 wins.
So that'll bring Middletown all the way back to the Colerain 34. Colerain really playing kind of soft man-to-man right now. Look how far these defensive backs are off these wide receivers.
They're 10 yards off the wide receivers. There's a handoff once again to Josh Bryan in the backfield.
LT.
Yep.
I'll be honest. I think part of that is by formation and knowing that I think they didn't expect any sort of pass out of it. The way the middies were set.
So that's going to be let's see how many yards he lost on that, about 4?
Yeah. LT Johnson having a pretty good game there up the middle.
So we probably need to have a legitimate conversation about our WeAreColerain.com player of the game. I presumed it's JT, and maybe you guys feel differently.
Well, if he misses the sack there.
Fuller drops back to pass, and it is in and out of the hands of number 23. I can't tell what these
J.C. Calhoun was there.
Yep, 25.
And the scramble drill, he's probably not going to get close to the first down marker, but he'll get a good chunk, maybe get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Literally just in and out of his hands. I mean, it looked like he had caught it at one point, and then it just kind of popped out of his hands.
I was going to say Jalen Thomas gets it if he gets that sack. He had a hand. Kamari Fuller did a good job stepping up in the pocket.
You know what? JT's got to be a little tired. I mean, I don't know how many yards he's got rushing, but I bet it's well over 100. Well, last week, MJ Flowers being our first 100-yard rusher of the year. There's Fuller, passes it over the middle. It is intercepted.
Yep.
Number 10 for the Colerain Cardinals picked it off, and Sean Williamson has created the second turnover for the Cardinals tonight, and they stopped the middies cold in their tracks.
Yeah, he made a nice play. He reads the pass, sees it, knows the post is coming, and just kind of sits. Now, if I'm the Colerain defense and coaching's having film, I'd be like, don't just sit down and go get it, because the ball was so far ahead of the receiver. He knew where it was, but he's got to go attack it. But he knew he's in the right man in the right spot and makes the play.
Yeah, it looked like he lost his footing as he was making the catch. Kind of his feet went out from under him. Did a great job. Colerain's going to get the ball thrown 20.
So I'm curious if we're going to start seeing some of the backups come in, and I don't see it. Freddie Johnson is still out there. Jalen Thomas is back out there on offense. And Flowers.
Your offense.
Devontae Scales, Isaiah Myers. Yep. Still a first-team offense. 41-14. I'm a little surprised by that. Lawson Sandusky in motion. There's a counter to Jalen Thomas, and once again he takes it up the middle. He is tackled by number 53. Picks up
I'll tell you,
5 yards on the play.
Justin Ferrer was playing a lot of offensive line. He came out a couple times cramping. I didn't notice how much defense he's playing, but a gutsy performance.
Yeah, him I've seen for them. Cheek Fall's been playing a lot both ways for the middies.
It's a 7-yard rush on first down for Jalen Thomas.
Ronald Williams now in at fullback.
Yep. MJ Flowers getting a seat. Hamza Abdul-Wahid and Lawson Sandusky, 2 wingbacks. There's some good play by the Midi defense. They were all over Williams on that, and they knocked him backwards. He's going to lose about 2 yards on that play. It's going to be third down.
Yeah, middle linebacker reads that right away, gets into the mesh. He gets a hand to the quarterback and the fullback, and just kind of holds him up there.
That's also one of those plays that kind of happens on that first play with the new fullback on that mesh. Doesn't really have the right feel between the two of them.
Yeah, you can't hesitate and decide whether you're getting the ball or not. You're going and let the quarterback decide whether you're getting the ball.
Cards need to get to the 30-yard line in order to get a first down. There's a handoff to Hamza Abdul-Wahid, and he's going to be tackled in the backfield. That was a jet sweep that, unfortunately, tonight for the Cardinals has, outside of Jalen Thomas running it, has just not at all gone as prescribed. It's going to be a 3-and-out for the Colerain Cardinals.
Well, most of the time when Thomas has been running, it has been a counter sweep. That jet sweep that's more been a setup play rather than a third down conversion play.
Yep, that's a good call, Brian.
Lawson Sandusky back to punt.
This is not a good spot if they choose to fake it.
This is a terrible spot for a fake, especially with the scoring situations. I would not fake it.
Yeah. Your ball's at the fourth down and 8.
Second punt of the game?
Second
punt of the game. First punt of this half. It's the first time he's been stopped this half.
Snap is back. He's got it. Gets his foot underneath it. It's a nice punt. Kicks it right at the return man. Bryant's got it, and he's going to run backwards, and that's not going to help his cause. He does slide out of 2 defenders, but there is a flag on the play.
And the area might have caught a face mask right there.
Face mask. It's one of 3 penalties. It's face mask, holding, or a horse collar, but he didn't pull him down. He let go of it. So, and the referee gives a little shimmy, push, dance step. I think that was blocking the back. He's either showing off a dance step.
He's raising the wall.
Or it could be starting a lot.
He's not raising the roof because he'd go up. He's raising the wall.
He could be doing some
CPR? CPR training?
Yeah.
Either way, blocking the back against the middies. So the Cardinals are going to pick up some extra yards there.
Easy
Ball's going to be taken back to the 29-yard line where the middies will take over. First down and 10. With 6:50 to go left in the game, trailing 41-14.
All that scoring in the first half. No one scored so far in the second half. In the fourth quarter, St. X still leads Moeller 27-14.
I am guessing there may have been some raised voices in that St.
Touchdown, Princeton with 10 seconds left. 28-24, Princeton leads East.
Wow. East was up, what, 21-7?
Correct.
Wow.
Substitution in for the Colerain Cardinals playing safety, Romel Martiniere.
So here's a handoff over the middle. Brian Beavers in on the tackle. Josh Bryant takes it out to the 31-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain.
Kind of shows you the depth of your team when your starting tight end is your backup linebacker.
Yeah, not sure what happens. Xander Kendall, I don't know if he's getting treated on the sidelines. Wasn't in
His
on
helmet
the first
came
play.
off on the
previous play.
So he's back in there right next to Michael Bess. Once again in that shotgun, 3 wide receiver split to the wide side of the field on the left. Fuller takes it, fakes the handoff, passes it across the middle, is caught by number 2. If he can make one man miss, he's got wide open space. He does not. Number 4, Brian Sinclair, tackles him, but not until he picks up 14 yards on that first down play.
Yeah, they go right at the substitution. They go right at Romel Martiniere.
And what he did,
he bit on the short pass, and they threw the slant right where he vacated.
First down for the Middies. No huddle. Up to the 43-yard line now. Snap is back to Fuller. A little bit of pressure. He rolls. He looks to pass. He's going to tuck it and keep it himself.
Ball's loose.
Ball's on the ground. There is a penalty flag behind the play. Fuller had it, and Colerain has recovered it, at least as of right now. We'll see what the penalty
Ball
is.
knocked out by Xander Kendall. Didn't see who came up with it.
Jarman did.
Looks like it's going to be a holding call against the Middies, which, of course, will be declined, and the Cardinals will take over in Middie territory.
Levert Jarman was the young man who came up with the ball. But, yeah, Kamari Fuller kind of broke down. He's got a one-on-one with Xander Kendall, and Kendall wins it. and makes the strip sack, and it's a turnover to the Cardinals.
The referee confirms what we all know to be true. It was, in fact, a holding call against the Middies declined by the Cardinals. First down, Colerain at the Middie 46-yard line with 5:45 left to go in the game, up 41-14. First and 10 for the Cardinals. I'd expect to start seeing some changes here.
Yeah, lots of substitution. A lot of these skill position players. Offensive line.
Well, here's the
looks
thing: a
the
lot of your
same.
skill position players, have been
both ways.
they've been substituting the whole time anyway.
On
Well-
defense, yeah, Tyler Prather in the ball game.
Your quarterback is out. Your starting fullback is out.
Montgomery in the ball game.
Yeah,
and
you-
it looks like Terrace Bradley.
Yep, number 30's got it, and that
Oh,
little
he's
man
got
can
quits.
move. Who's that guy? Number 30 takes it into the. Oh, he's still on his feet. I'm
Wow.
sorry, didn't get his number.
That's Josh Mason.
Josh Mason, the 5'9", 145
Where
pound
has
running
he been?
back, just took a handoff and went 46 yards, knifing through the midi defense, and put 6 more points on the board for the Cardinals.
No, he didn't.
Wait, no, there's a flag.
on
It's
the
coming
edge.
back.
Of course there's a flag. Come on. Are you freaking kidding me? Was it like, let me guess, it was like 15 yards behind him?
No.
Yeah, it was at the point of
It
contact.
was at the point of contact.
Well, that seems relevant then.
In that whole mass of humanity that he ran through on that right
so
side.
Second touchdown in as many weeks that the Cardinals have had a touchdown run called back because of a penalty.
Now, granted, it'll be 1st and 10 all over again.
And Josh Mason says, hey, coach, I'm open. Give it to me again. Look how easy I score.
So basically, what we did there is run 10 seconds off the clock.
And it goes back, the holding penalty. It pretty much was at the first down marker, so it takes it back to the original line of scrimmage.
I mean, that was, I think, maybe the best run we've seen all night. It was crazy. Is he still back there?
Yep, he's left wing.
He's a wingback breathing heavily.
Same
There
play.
you go. And he takes the ball again, and this time he tries to get tackled in the backfield, and he does. He gets tackled at the line of scrimmage. So
His second best run of the evening for 1
He's
yard.
a little tired on that play.
no, he didn't get any yards at all.
Got a half a yard. Length of a football.
No, he's right at the line of
Nah,
scrimmage. He got nothing, guys.
No. That ball was originally, the nose of the football was on the back end of the hash
It's
mark.
actually crossed the hash.
Now it's across the hash
4.5
mark.
inches.
He got at least.
You guys just cannot be wrong, can you? You just cannot accept
That is correct, Chris.
that you are wrong. It's
So
just-
second down and 9 3/4.
How have I lasted this long with you two? I really don't
That's
know.
what she said.
Tyler Prather in at quarterback still, 21 now, running around the backside. He's going to take a speed pitch. Let's see what he can do. He's going to plant his foot and get tackled, taken down by number 18. But he's going to pick up about 2 yards on that play.
Yeah,
2.5.
Kalen McGill on the tackle for the Middletown Middies. A nice hit. Limits the runner to a 2-yard gain.
That was Terrius Bradley, the 6', 175-pound senior. Getting some PT here late in the game. Lots of really clean white jerseys out there for the Cardinals.
Well, everyone has pretty clean white jerseys. There's not a lot of mud.
Yeah, a few substitutions on the offensive line. I see Zach Stigmuller in the ball game, along
Obviously,
with Elijah Malik.
the reference would be to sweat that's on the jersey.
I
That's
gotcha.
the thing. That's not
Well, I mean,
obvious
everyone
anyway.
sweats.
Do you remember the last time?
Ethan Butler is also on the offensive line.
Oh, yeah, Tyler Prather, under center. Looks like he's taking him down the clock. Takes it. It's countered to number 30 this time. Oh, makes a man move. Makes a man miss. Cuts, brings it back inside. Gets it down to the 39-yard line, where it'll be 4th down and short for the Cardinals.
Okay, really impressed tonight. That play was made by number 3 for the Middletown Middle Leagues. Again, Cameron Jr. He's had cramping issues, but coming into the game, the leading tackler for the Middletown Middies, he's made a lot of plays tonight.
Oh, you're not going to punt. Are you going to punt?
It's a good spot for a fake.
God, with the fake
Do you
punts.
have a
Would you
design-
Stop with the fake punts.
Eventually, one of these times we're going to be
Not
running.
in the fourth quarter with 3.5 minutes left, and you're up 41.
Wait, we only have like 9 players on the field.
Well, yeah, because we don't have a 2-punt team. All the stars
Well, no, yeah.
Here comes Hamza
All-
Abdul-Wahid. and
all the guys
Deshaun
have taken-
Pace come out.
see,
There you
2,
go.
4.
That's your wall. Deshaun's counting, making sure. You can get by with 10.
Lawson Sandusky's going to take the snap out of his own 45.
And there's
I was going to say, what are they going to do? The play clock's been at 0 for about 6 seconds.
That's
Well,
fine.
the official play clock is taken by the officials,
I
not
know.
by the in the
That-
end zone.
that
But
is
yeah,
a-
there was a little bit of a leeway right there.
Touchdown late, and Hamilton's probably going to hold on. They lead Oak Hills 31-21.
Oh, yeah. That's a 10-point lead for the Big Blue.
Olin Tangy
They
with
still
a,
gave up 21 points to Oak Hills.
with a walk-off field goal.
They
to
haven't got
defeat
21
New Albany.
yards all year. So a 4th down,
Well, maybe they made
ball
some
comes
adjustments.
back to the 45.
Actually, that 5-yard penalty for delay of game is meaningless much like for Middletown early in the game, it's just going to give Lawson a little bit better angle to put this ball inside the 20, and that's exactly what he's going to do.
That's what he's going to attempt to do.
Yep, he kicks it, it bounces at the 16-yard line, and then goes right out of bounds. So no return, and kick punt inside the 20. Middies will take over, first down and 10, trailing 41-14.
Final, Indian Hill over Madeira, 31-24. 3 minutes to play. Who do you think? Milford's not, or I'm sorry, Loveland's not very good.
Loveland, they
They're
were
losing
a
to
quality
Milford.
football team 4 or 5 years ago, and they're really.
Did their coach leave? Wasn't Dave Broush their coach?
Do not know.
Was it Dave Broush?
42-7 they're losing right now.
Yikes.
Milford.
Milford had been struggling this year to kind of reestablish
They
themselves.
lost last week to Withrow, which was Withrow's first conference win in like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
So Middletown takes the ball at their own 15.
Takes the ball, hands it off to Josh Bryan, who takes it right up the middle.
It's not
Bang.
Josh Bryant.
Excuse me, it's not Josh Bryan. You're right. They've
Who
got
was
it.
that hit?
Let's find out who gets up from the pile there. You got Kendall over there, and you've also got number 29 for the Cardinals. I think who was actually the one who put the hit on the runner.
Kenny Willis was the hit man.
Who's the tailback?
Number 11, that's Shaquille Thomas.
There you go, 5'6", 170-pound senior. Looks like we have a midi player down. I think it's a midi, or is it a Cardinal?
That's a midi.
That's a midi.
All of these, it's really confusing this year because all but 2 teams have white helmets.
That's right.
At least none of them have yellow shoes tonight.
You don't know that.
Well, they're not wearing them right now.
So I'll get
They might have a pair at home.
I'll get the stats here
closet.
at the end of the game. But, I mean, guys, with under 3 minutes to go, is at this point with really all meaningful plays being done, are we comfortable with Jalen Thomas as our player of the game? I have to say,
Well,
what he's done offensively.
Could
what
you
he's
run
done
next door
defensively.
to see if they can get some stats real quick? 'Cause-
Stats are over there.
Yeah.
He won't do it till the end of the game.
Well, if
I'll
you
just
could
wait
look
till
over
the
his
end of the
shoulder.
game. I'll just wait till the end of the game.
Nah, they're going to want to get out
I
of
hate
here.
that. Who's going to want to get out of here?
The team-
Oh, my God.
It's okay.
Just give it to Jalen Thomas and be done with it.
You know, he's probably got, 3 touchdowns?
I don't know.
Leading rusher.
I should know, and I don't.
Again, next week we'll be at home against Mason. We don't know who'll be talking to you.
Mason?
Yeah,
Sycamore.
Sycamore.
Next week. There's a pass out to number 12 in the flat. He's going to take up to about the 24-yard line.
We have no idea who you'll be hearing.
Me, I'll be there.
Oh, yeah, well, most people put
Chris
you on
and
mute.
some hacks,
Mike,
probably.
Mike will be there. Maybe I can get Helfrich on. I would love to find. I'm going to go talk to the coaches and see if maybe I can find a former player that would like to come next week and do color commentary. That would be great. If not, hey, you know what? Because we're at home, we'll have video, so I won't need to be nearly as descriptive as folks will be able to watch, and I can just talk to myself for an hour or 2 or 3, whatever it takes.
But most people listen to myself talk. What?
So it's 3rd down and 1.
Clock continues to run. 2 minutes left in the game. 2 minutes. Snap is back. Handoff up the middle. Number 40 trying to strip the ball loose. Slamming his hand on the ground thinking he had a shot at it, but did not make the stop, and the first down is gained. Clock will stop as they move the chains.
I got a good idea for next week to find out, just show up to the game, walk up to the window of the booth, say, hey, Chris, I'm here. And we'll just whoever shows up first. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that.
No, I think we need to get kind of clear that ahead of time. We want to make sure that the athletic department.
Hey,
is
but
okay
if you're
with whoever
an
we have.
ex-player that's listening.
Absolutely. You're going to be in Cincinnati next week? Come
Hey,
on up.
one of the Aaron Schwenden brothers. Yes, that's
Absolutely.
around.
Any of them. There's a handoff up the middle. Well defensed by the Colerain Cardinals. Short 2-yard gain by Thomas.
And on the play with his first action of the game there was Joe Jackson.
Jaden Folsom also in on the play.
55 into the game now for the Colerain Cardinals.
That's
Is
Zach Foltz.
Zach Foltz. Liberal substitutions now for the Colerain Cardinals on defense. They get their starters a rest the rest of the way as we approach 1 minute left in the game. Looking like a final here of 41-14.
Yeah, Caleb Amofa in the ballgame also.
He started off the year as a starter, I think.
Meetings appear to be just running the clock here.
Interesting. Fuller takes it. It's a straight handoff right over the middle. Good hard running by the Middletown running back, Thomas. Once again, he's going to pick up about 8 yards, maybe 9 on that play. What Thomas is that? Darius Thomas? No.
Shuckies.
Shakizi?
Shakizi Thomas. There you
Yeah.
go. In for Josh Bryant.
We've got 2 rosters from Middletown. Each one is spelled different, so we apologize to Shakizi or Shakiz. But yeah, they're both spelled different.
One has a Y-E-A-Z at the end. One has just an E-Z at the end.
Well, we're doing the best we can with what we got. That's okay.
So 3rd down and 2.
Yep. Final play of the game for the Middies. He's got it, does Thomas, and he takes it all the way up to the 47-yard line for a first down. That'll be the last play of the game. And the Colerain Cardinals come into Middletown and defeat the Middletown Middies by a final of 41-14, move their GMC winning streak to 78 consecutive games, and will be home next week for homecoming as they battle the Aviators of Sycamore. Thanks for tuning in. For Brian and Brandon Wyatt, this is Chris Himonitis from WeAreColerain.com.
.com.